Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
TGIF, everybody, and welcome to the Sunshine State's only true, authentic sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics that are important to you, the sports fan in the state of Florida. Welcome to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I am Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That man right there is Brandon Kravitz, the hardest working man in the sports media. Right over there across the glass is the prodigy of production, prime time, Jaden Grimes. We are live in Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. Make sure you check us out. We want to hear from you throughout the course of the show. It's a Yingling Football Friday here on the show. It's also a free-for-all Friday, so anything goes today, Krabby Crafts.
You got that right. And anything goes tomorrow when I'm out at Elixir in downtown Orlando. High noon kickoff of UCF Cincinnati, presented by our friends at Yingling. Come and have a Yingling flight with me tomorrow. Anything goes. But yeah, you can ask us whatever you want. We've got Victoria Hills golf passes to give away. A couple more of those before we wrap the show. We'll do one trivia giveaway at the end of the 4 o'clock hour. Has become a pattern on this show, but we will also give one to the best question that we get, non-sports related. We want you to go off the wall on the text line at 50857.
We also want you to enter the Rage Cage as well. That, of course, is the iHeartRadio talkback line. If you're listening on the app, just hit that little microphone at the bottom of the screen and rage on whatever you want. Let's get to the highlights and headlines. All right, let's start with baseball last night. Very, very, not a controversial ending, a bumbling ending to the Phillies-Dodgers series. Orion Kirkling made a wild throw past home. Instead of tossing the ball right over the first place after he mishandled a comeback to the mound, it was a walk-off error, and the Dodgers end up beating the Phillies 2-1 and advancing to the NLCS. Here's the play.
The 0-1, swing and a broken back, comebacker. Kirkering knocks it down, picks it up, throws wildly home to the backstop, and the season is over. The Dodgers rushing out past Orion Kirkering, who stands with his hands on his knees, bent over.
Yeah. God, I'm just disgusted for this guy. You play 162 games plus the playoffs, and your season comes down to that.
All he had plenty of time. He just panicked. He panicked. The ball goes off his glove. Again, plenty of time to just retrieve it, turn, throw the first. The guy's only halfway to first, and he slings it home. The guy was already almost crossing home plate.
Well, and the throw itself wasn't even close. No. I watched it in slow-mo. It's like he's not even aiming at the catcher. It's crazy.
Right.
They're calling this, you heard of Orion's belt? Mm-hmm. They're calling this Orion's melt.
Oh, wow.
A breakdown of fundamentals, but let's not let these hitters off the hook. Bryce Harper, 0 for 4. This man is paid $27 million a year. He batted 200 in this series. I know it's baseball. It's hard to hit the ball, whatever. He's Bryce Harper. You got to get a hit in an elimination game.
Orion Kirkling is going to go down as one of the all-time GOATs. And I'm not talking about greatest of all time in Philadelphia sports. He'll be the Bill Buckner of Philadelphia.
Even though it was the ALDS. Because Bill Buckner, that was in the World Series.
It's not like the Phillies have had all that much success. All right? So, yeah, he's going to be one of the all-time GOATs.
For that town, you're probably right.
Yeah.
We still remember Nick Anderson bricking free throws, so I guess. Sorry, Nick, if you're listening, we love you.
Wasn't a good night for Philly last night. Philly sports fans. The Giants ran over the Eagles 34-17. Two rookies, Jackson Dart, the quarterback, and Cam Scattaboo, the running back, had their way with the Eagles. Jackson Dart runs for a touchdown, throws for a touchdown, scam.
Hey, this man is no scam, Mike.
No
scam. This is the real deal.
No, 3 touchdown runs for him. Here's some highlights.
Dart in shotgun set. Drops back to throw. Escapes. Now he's going to run with it. Cuts at the 15. He's to the 10. To the 5. Touchdown Giants. Jackson Dart. 20-yard touchdown run. Hurts in a shotgun set. Barkley to his right. Motions Smith out. Hurts back. Throws left. Pass intercepted along the right sideline. Racing up the sideline for the Giants. It's Cordell Flott. He's to the 40, 30, and knocked out of bounds at the Philadelphia 22. Hurts picked off for the first time this year. Cordell Flott's his name. High set. Bellinger the fullback. Now he motions out to the left. Handoff Scattaboo into the line, to the goal line. No signal yet. And touchdown Giants. Scattaboo's third rushing touchdown of the ball game. Oh, he does a backflip.
You don't need no damn tush push when you have Cam Scattaboo. Grabby grab.
You can't tackle this guy. That man is a human bowling ball. He is Mike Allstott, Maurice Jones-Drew all rolled up into one.
I know it's soon. Probably too soon. But Jackson Dart is the real deal. He's the real deal. I've seen enough. This guy is going to be good.
Nothing like getting drunk on Prime.
Hey,
okay, it was a Thursday night game. The Eagles played a horrible game.
I was drunk because I was watching last night, as a matter of fact.
The Giants' win was not a fluke. They were better in every phase of the game. Dart was better than Hurts. Scattaboo was better than Barkley. The pass rush, not even close. But isn't it crazy how it works like this, Mike? Where you have Daniel Jones leaves the Giants, and all of a sudden, his career is revived. And I've got 2 of the 3 people on this show talking about Danny Dimes for MVP because he got out of New York. And now Jackson Dart is there, and Brian Daboll looks like a genius again. It's crazy how they both work. You would think only one of these scenarios would pay off, but both of them are working out. I like when it works that way. We saw it like that with the Rams and the Lions. They make a quarterback swap. It worked out great for the Lions. It worked out great for the Rams. And it's so rare, but we have 2 instances here where it's worked out for everybody. Dart looks good. I'm not ready to say he's the real deal, but he's certainly good enough to win a game or 2.
I'll tell you what's not the real deal. The Eagles offense. It is pathetic. They've been outgained in every single game this season. They didn't score in the second half last night. They've got, I think they have the worst second half offense in all categories in the entire league. They're not good. They're not good.
They do not look like a good football team right now. They were without Jalen Carter in the middle of that defense, and the Giants took advantage of that. It shouldn't be one player is the difference between you playing good, solid defense and not. But when he was missing in action against the Cowboys were able to run all over them. He was missing last night. The Giants were able to run all over him. And I don't think they had any sort of plan for Jackson Dart, who is playing. I think the best thing I can say about him right now, he is playing free. That guy doesn't look nervous out there. He is just picking his spots, spreads out the defense, and the second he finds running room, that guy is gone. And he can pick up those free first downs. He's like the anti-Tua in that way, his ability to go find the open field.
All right, a couple of football in-state, little mini topics here for you. So we've got UCF at Cincinnati, Pittsburgh at Florida State, Florida at Texas A&M. Of those 3 teams, which fan base do you think is most happy with their coach right now?
Of FSU, Florida, and UCF?
Right.
I think it's FSU. I think there's still
0-2 in the ACC.
I think the fragrance of the opening game of the season is still.
I don't smell that fragrance anymore.
Okay? When you spray heavy cologne on your shirt and then you forget to wash it, you pick it up. If you press it to your nose, you can still kind of smell it. I think that's FSU's win against Alabama at this point. And the team, even though they've lost the last 2, they look like a respectable college football team. They weren't that a year ago. So just year-over-year progress and just not being an embarrassment. I think it's FSU.
All right,
I don't say that with a lot of confidence, by the way.
quick in-state NFL topic. You got the 49ers at the Bucks. You've got the Seahawks at the Jaguars. You've got the Chargers at the Dolphins. Which of those three teams? How did I want to word this? Which of those three teams?
The Dolphins, easy. Next question.
No, it's not. It's not who needs a win. All right. It's which of those three teams do you think has the best chance of winning this weekend? Because quite frankly, I think it might be the Dolphins. The Chargers are banged up. They're on their third running back. Their defense is not what it was. They're playing in Miami. They're traveling across the country.
I think they have a chance to win. To say they have the best chance to win, they haven't exactly proven that they deserve that moniker.
Okay, but look who the Jaguars are playing, the Seahawks, who I don't care that they lost last week. They're playing really well. Sam Darnold's playing really well. And the 49ers in Tampa Bay.
So Tampa Bay just finds a way to win every week.
Okay.
I think they have the best chance because they consistently give themselves a chance. If the game is close at the end, give me Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're finally playing a team that's as beat up as they are. The Bucs are dealing with all these injuries, but the 49ers are maybe even more injured than they are.
Yeah,
so it's even. They're also flying across the country. Same thing. So I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And those are your highlights and your headline.
You can't knock that team out. You could drop the Bucs from the top of the Empire State Building. They'd find a way to survive the way this team plays. Up next, our daily source of motivation and inspiration, plus a look at our top story of the day. Also a nod to the great Sister Jean. Don't go anywhere.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, deposit. That's deposit. Enter it now at 969thegame.com.
This is by far the best time of year to be a sports fan. Baseball postseason. We've got another classic ALDS matchup tonight. Football season in full swing. College football, NFL, right around the corner this weekend. It's Friday, which means it's time to start digging in to what we have going this weekend. Straight bets, parlays, teasers, props, whatever your flavor is, Hard Rock Bet has the toppings to make that sports action ever so sweet. Refer your friends to Hard Rock Bet, and you'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's $50 for you and $50 for them. Bet together, win together on Hard Rock Bet. The app is safe, slick, reliable, and updated to the second, and payouts are lightning quick. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rocket my favorite beach getaway? Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
The left turn lane's blocked on Forest City Road northbound at Kennedy Boulevard. Things are slowing down on most of the major roadways. You're going to get caught up in some stop and go on Florida's Turnpike northbound before US 192. Slow downs on I-4 westbound before Darrell Carter Parkway. And we got some scattered showers in the area that might be affecting your ride here. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
You can depend on Florida farmers. Our farm is where we live and work. It's where we raise our families and provide for yours. When you shop for Florida-grown fruits and vegetables, look for local. Choose Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
Tailgating at the UCF game this weekend? It's just not complete without Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. More of 96.9 The Game's Football Friday coming up.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers-only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Make money predicting football? Now you can nationwide with Kalshi. Kalshi is the only platform that lets you legally trade on real-world events in all 50 states. From football to Bitcoin, the Oscars, and even politics. If it matters, you can trade on it. Trade on who wins each game, props, spread, and more. Legally, nationwide. Don't miss your shot. Download the Kalshi app or go to KALSHI.com. Use code PODCAST and get $10 when you trade $100. This is an investment that carries risk. Kalshi.com.
You know what I love about pro football in Florida? We've got 3 teams, 3 sets of stars, and with Prize Picks, 3 ways to win. You see, Prize Picks is daily fantasy made simple. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and cash in if you're right. If you think Trevor Lawrence or Baker Mayfield's going to throw for more than their yardage projections, or maybe you think Tua is going to throw for less than his touchdown pass projection, lock it in. At Prize Picks, you can actually turn your insights into income. And Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, which means you can still double your money even if you miss a pick. And with their injury reboot policy, you're not penalized if your player leaves the game early. Love it. I don't just watch Florida football, I play it with Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. That's code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop fall savings and get up to 40% off select appliances like Samsung. Upgrade your kitchen this fall with the Samsung Bespoke 4-door refrigerator. Now featuring the dual auto ice maker with sphere ice. Only at the Home Depot. You'll have perfectly chilled drinks for every gathering. Don't miss fall appliance savings at the Home Depot. Offer valid October 2nd through October 22nd. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Orlando.
I don't know about you, but I can't stand when I see creepy crawlies all over my house. That's why I have to have a pest control provider that doesn't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. You can keep your home protected from the bugs all year long. Get yourself a termite bond while you're at it. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi from Game On sent you by. Get 10% off of your initial service. Burn Pest is a family-run operation right here in our backyard in Central Florida. Go and find them online easily, and don't stress about these pests anymore. It's burnpests.com.
The one and only Monster Jam. The world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Grave Digger and Mole. Coming to Camping World Stadium January 10th. Brought to you by Big 80 Tires. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
If you want no windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That fun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
We are Orlando Sports Leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Sports season is in high gear, and iHeartRadio's got it all. The NFL.
It's a touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Baseball postseason.
Tail time in Game 1.
College football, the NHL, and the NBA is about to tip off. It's all right at your fingertips on the iHeart app, with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can join the conversation.
I agree with the last caller. We got to be done with that guy.
Join the millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game. Thursday Night Football features a battle of AFC North Division foes as Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers battle Jamar Chase and the Bengals. Our coverage starts at 8 p.m. Catch every minute of Thursday Night Football all season long right here on your home for the NFL. AM 810 Fox Sports Radio, 106.7 HD3, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app. The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
We are grooving. Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz rolls right along. AM 930 in Jacksonville. You can find us there. FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee. And right here, home base in Orlando, Florida. FM 96.9 The Game. Streaming everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It is a free-for-all Friday. You can ask us anything you want. Text in 50857. We'll also take your rages as you head into the weekend. Friday's a great rage day. Hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. We have Victoria Hills golf passes to give away. And, it's a Yingling Football Friday as well. So grab yourself a Yingling, crack it open, and listen to Game On. Get out of work early. You deserve it. Let's get to our daily coach quote of the day.
This is Jamal Mosley, head coach of the Orlando Magic, and this is your daily coach quote of the day.
Thank you, Jamal. Today's comes from Sister Jean, who passed away at the age of 106. What a life.
Shot doctor's girlfriend, we used to
That's
say.
right.
Mhm.
He always hated that. She went into the locker room to talk to Loyola Chicago during the NCAA tournament.
That magical run when they went to the Final Four.
She came out, and a reporter met her at the door and said, Sister Jean, what did you tell them? And Sister Jean replied, I can't tell you because I'm afraid you'll go tell Michigan. She's a ball knower. I can't tell you what I know. So I was trying to find some Sister Jean quotes. That one tickled me. But she's not a woman of many words.
No.
Obviously very religious. So there's a lot of her thoughts on the scripture and things like that. But this is one of the ones that I thought was really good. That speaks to a more general audience. This was a quote about college students, but I think you could apply this to life in general. It says, she said, don't go to your rooms during the day. The bed is too inviting. Go to the library. And I think that is good advice, especially for those that are working at home, and a lot more people that are listening to us work at home than ever before. Going into your room in the middle of the day, that bed calls your name. It wants you. It's like a temptress. It wants you to climb in those covers and do nothing for the rest of the day. Don't give in to that temptation.
That's why
Sister Jean would be disappointed.
That's why you always, and I do it. And there was some famous Army general put out a YouTube clip about this. You always make your bed in the morning.
First thing you do.
First thing. Because why? Because
sets the tone.
Sets the tone, and you wake up having accomplished something. Because just making that bed is an accomplishment.
I think it was David Goggins.
Is that who it
the
was?
Guy's name. He was a Navy SEAL.
Oh, the Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
He's a great motivational speaker.
Amazing.
Yeah.
If you're ever down on your luck, just go look up some David Goggins videos.
That guy went through that guy was like a 300-pound, just obese guy, and he worked his ass off to become like, a motivational speaker, triathlete, all of this stuff. Yeah.
There was another one where Sister Jean was asked, is she sensitive about her age? And she said, after a while, what difference does it make? If I'm eating, they say, you can't put that much salt on your food. What do I have to lose now? At this age, you can do anything and you can say anything because you have nothing to lose. That is the point in my life. I hope to grow old enough to get to the point where I go, all right, we're in the bonus hour now, where it's just, You just know you've made it to the point where you've lived the life.
I think I'm at that point.
Are you already in
Nah,
you're in bonus territory?
I'm not in bonus territory just yet, but soon I will be.
You're on bonus territory's doorstep for sure. So hit us up in the Rage Cage, Free for All Friday, all of that good stuff. 50857 is how you can reach us. Somebody said here, Mike, remember the team who beat Seattle last week? Oh yeah, it was the Bucks. And may I ask you, if I did a standing backflip, would I have made the Hall of Fame? Sincerely, Mike Allstott. Yeah, and the Bucks went across the country, got their win against one of those NFC West foes. Another one says, Rob in Orlando, a very sad Jets fan. What do you think is the answer to turn this franchise around? And who do you think the Jets will trade Breece Hall to? Who cares?
Yeah, I have no interest in even answering a Jets question. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No interest in the Jets. Who are the Jets playing this week? They're playing the Steelers.
Come on, give it to me. Who you got?
What?
You can do this. Who do the Jets have this week?
The Jets have the.
Come on, you got it. You've combed through the schedule.
Steelers?
You know the Steelers are playing the Browns this week.
Right, the Browns.
The Jets are playing
Patriots.
Flying across the
country
ocean.
Oh, they're playing in London.
London, England. They are playing the Denver Broncos. 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Or 30 minutes later, I'll be hosting a fantasy football show, the Fantasy Fix. Get all of your fantasy news and info at 10 a.m. right here on FM 96.9 The Game and across the state. Up next, UCF has a tough one on the road, back-to-back losses in the conference. Can the Knights get off the mat? We'll ask Sean Green about that next.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On. And it's an International Diamond Center Friday. It's an International Diamond Center day every day if you're looking for jewelry, because they are the direct importer in the state of Florida. IDC's been cutting out the middleman on diamonds for over 40 years. That's how they can guarantee the absolute best price on every diamond. IDC has connections that go back for decades with the diamond miners and cutters from all over the globe. IDC's owner, by the way, was once the supplier for jewelry stores all over the East Coast. So if you're getting engaged or upgrading her diamond, don't be fooled thinking that some corporate-owned chain jeweler can come anywhere close to IDC in price, quality selection, or customer service. And besides, wouldn't you rather buy from a local company? IDC is locally owned by the same family since the 1980s. They have an incredible reputation for honesty and transparency and for being good citizens of Florida. They're not a corporate-owned chain store that sends their profits to Wall Street. It's just a no-brainer, quite frankly. Highest quality diamonds, unbeatable value, no middleman markups, strongest warranty, great people, and locally owned. Don't buy a diamond anywhere until you check out International Diamond Center in Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. How do you help buyers and sellers compete and win in this market?
Very similar ways for both. I consider us to be in a buyer's market right now where prices are slowly sliding back to reality. And so I tell buyers, instead of coming in with like a super low offer to try and lowball a seller, let's give them what they're asking for, but let's ask for some concessions back. And we can use that money to buy down your rate, save, $150, $200 a month on your mortgage. And it's the same on the seller side. I tell them we have to price things appropriately. I'll tell you what to repair, what not to repair, but then I also set the expectation of we are in a buyer's market. So buyers are going to be asking for some of that money back to help them buy down the rate. As long as those expectations are set from the start, I think it's pretty easy to succeed in today's market.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him 407-702-4635.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon. With big bank reliability and small bank resolve, you get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all to help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
Mattress Firm's Upgrade Your Sleep sale is here. See their sleep experts today to find your perfect bed from their premium selection and save big on better rest. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Miami-Dade County, Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
This is Operation Stormwatch, brought to you by Eustace Roofing, the real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Storm safety tip: take clear photos of your roof now. It's your best defense when filing insurance claims. Visit EustaceRoofing.com to schedule your free storm readiness inspection.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done.
What do we
in
have
under
here,
8 weeks.
Prodigy?
And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Bet it or forget it. Kravitz and Colin Cowherd are cut from the same cloth. They don't want to give the Jaguars credit because the Jaguars are the little small market team that nobody cares about. They don't really have any marquee stars like Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift rooting for him, all right?
There's a deeper message week to week in this league. And I think the Jags, I agree with what Colin's saying. They're a little goofy in the way they stumble into these wins. It feels lucky.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Friday night forecast. It will be on the soggy side through the rest of the evening as we continue to see a low pressure system make its way up the coastline. And again, be careful because this could cause flooding, especially along the coastline. Taking a look at the weekend ahead, it will start to get a little bit better as we see those rain chances finally start to let up, but it will be cooler and feeling much more fall-like here in Florida by the end of the weekend. Have a great night.
Cue the easy button because it's officially Easy Deal Days at Staples. Now through October 11th, save up to 40% off over 1,000 products from tech, chairs, luggage, and more. Head to your local Staples store or staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Let's hit the local beat and see what's happening with the teams that call the state of Florida home. Sending you back to the studio. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The Knights head out on the road tomorrow. They'll be taking on Cincinnati, high noon. I'll be out at Elixir in downtown Orlando if you want to come and watch kickoff with me. We have the host of the UCF Charge On podcast, Sean Green, with us. Mike
Charge On.
Yelling something to a microphone that wasn't on.
I was yelling Charge On.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Sean, are you charging on this weekend?
I'm kind of forced to, Brandon. We're here. 2 straight losses, forced to charge on, but again, we'll want football in January, so I'll take football.
That's always nice when you have to remind yourself of that in October.
I think you're carrying on. I don't know if you're charging on.
I think that's the right verbiage, Mike.
UCF, carry on. All right. It sounds like the answer to this is yes. Is reality setting in for Night Nation? The UNC win was a pretty big high. I think most of us know what UNC kind of is, but still beating Belichick and getting a win against a real opponent in that building, it felt like a big deal. But even for the rational folks, is now back-to-back losses inside of the Big 12. Are we kind of back to reality?
Yeah, I think so. I think UCF fans have finally realized what we've kind of been telling them, to keep your expectations in check. Don't get ahead of yourself. This team is not what you think it might be being 3-0. I feel like we're just living in Groundhog Day, Brandon. This is now 3 straight years where UCF starts 3-0. You're like, okay, we'll see what happens. And then they haven't won a game in October, and this will be the 3rd straight year if they don't win in October this year. So, I think UCF fans have finally kind of come to terms with that. And I think the expectations, like I said, were just so low coming in that it was way easier to come back to that when they've lost 2 straight. But, we'll see.
What is the health status of the quarterback situation?
Your guess would be as good as mine. Taven Jackson and Jakari Brown are questionable. I would assume that at least one of those guys play. If not, then obviously you get Cam Fancher and Davi Belfort as your 2 quarterbacks that will most likely be active. But I would assume that at least one of those 2 guys play. Jakari sat last week, so maybe he's a little bit more healthier. Taven did get banged up in the previous game. So we will see on Saturday who trots out there.
I'm starting to worry about Taven Jackson. I don't know if he's going to play this week or not because Scott Frost hasn't said anything, but it seems to me like he might be a little more hurt than Frosty's letting on.
Oh, 100%. I think so. I think you saw it in the game on last Saturday against Kansas. He didn't look 100% right. I still think I still think he's the best quarterback to be out there. We don't know if he hurt his hand last week. It kind of looked like when he got lit up the one play, he kind of got his hand hurt. And then obviously he has that sprain. He's definitely playing hurt. But again, I think that's just kind of the unit that Scott Frost has is even hurt. They want to go out there and play. And I think that's who you want at quarterback 1. The question is, if he's really that banged up, is he the best option to go in there?
Also, Cincinnati's having a hell of a season this year. I just wonder if UCF fans, obviously Cincinnati came into the Big 12 the same time as UCF. This is sort of hey, why are they better than we are at this point? And I know UCF obviously has changed coaches, but this is sort of a measuring stick game, is it not?
100%. This is the best team I know I said it last week against Kansas, but this is legitimately the best team that they're going to see this early in the season. They've got a really good offense. They've got about the same amount of defensive talent as Kansas. So you're seeing a better team than Kansas last week. And again, in my opinion, a better all-around quarterback in Brendan Sorsby, who's really improved. So it is a measuring stick. It's, can you go on the road and not get blown out? Can you, like we said last week, can you keep it competitive? Can you stay in the game? And can you make it to the fourth quarter with the game on the line? I think that's what you want out of this team. But this is the best team they're going to see to this point.
I want to ask the same question just a different way. Why is it that Cincinnati has surpassed UCF in terms of the comfort in the transition to the Big 12? Because it seems like it's taken a while for UCF to really feel like a true Big 12 team, even middle of the pack. Like, they haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think the first thing is UCF started hot. They got, and hot is relative, right? They got to a bowl game in their first year, and Cincinnati has struggled the last couple of years. I think what's helped Cincinnati is, number one, stability, right? They haven't had a lot of changes. They've had the same head coach. They've been building, through the freshman classes. They're not bringing in a whole lot of transfers to really help that unit. Brendan Sorsby has taken a leap. I mean, he's on track to have his best season in college this year, which makes sense. Again, another 4-year player in college. And they've really helped him out with getting a lot of good skill position players. And I think you kind of see that stability with a really good solid quarterback kind of makes you improve. And unfortunately for UCF, they had stability, but the stability you knew was unraveling, and you knew that there was so much drama behind the scenes. So it's good on Cincinnati. UCF got to the better start, but Cincinnati's kind of proved late that, hey, they have a chance to win the Big 12 this year, which is crazy to say.
Sean, I've got a column up at OrlandoSentinel.com right now.
Oh, I've seen.
Okay, well, we had a billionaire.
I'm so curious to know how Sean feels about
we had a billionaire on our show who's a donor at UCF. He's also a major investor in the new United Football League team here in Orlando. Mike Rapoli. He's been talking about UCF changing their name to the University of Orlando. I asked the mayor about it earlier this week. He didn't hate the idea and said he said it's not a bad idea. I'm just wondering what you, Mr. UCF, thinks. I mean, you sort of represent UCF fans. What do you think?
Mike, here's what I will say. I'm a big fan of Mike Rapoli. Again, I want UCF to have as much, money as humanly possible, and Mike Rapoli helps that. So I want to be careful, but
good answer, Sean.
So let me be very clear. Whatever Mike Rapoli wants, as long as he keeps giving money to the university and the football program, I could care less. But I will say this. I think I will speak for most UCF fans, probably 95%, that hate that idea. Absolutely hate it. At the end of the day, UCF is a brand. UCF is known among college football. They have come this far. I think to switch up and change to University of Orlando, which, though, I understand the thought process, but I think if you go and poll 100 UCF fans, I would probably assume 99 of them would tell you that they hate that idea. But I understand the sentiment. I'm just saying, I would say speaking on behalf of UCF fans, I think they absolutely hate
Judging by my email, I think you're right.
Okay, that's what I figured. But also, to be fair, Mike Rapoli, I listen. He gets a lot of players for UCF. I want him to keep investing. So I'll say politely, I don't hate the idea, but just please keep giving money. And no, absolutely not change the name. Do not change the name.
Sean Green, the political Sean Green,
Right.
Host of the UCF Charge On podcast. Go and find him on YouTube or wherever you download your favorites. Thanks so much, Sean. Enjoy the game tomorrow if you can.
Thanks, guys. You too.
God, that was so glum. I felt like that was such a glum interview.
What? Well, I mean, UCF's not playing well. It's supposed to be glum.
People get on me. Oh, you're so negative. You're so negative.
You were negative after they beat North Carolina, okay?
That's true. Up next, our lead story coming up. Who needs to win the most? Maybe it's UCF, given the state of that conversation we just had, plus your text, your talkbacks on the way next.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On.
Now, here's a cool idea. What if you called Mills Air when you had AC issues instead of trying to do it yourself? Don't stress. Call the best. That's why I trust Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. Think of them as the MVP of keeping your home nice and cool. They'll explain what's wrong. They'll give you clear options, and they never push you into something that you don't absolutely need. From emergency repairs to preventative maintenance, they are the captains of cool. Mills Air is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, which means they offer rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always rely on the family-owned and operated Mills Air. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
The weekend's here, which means I have a hot date with Prize Picks. We've got a full slate of football games. We've got playoff baseball. In a few days, we've got the NBA. And as always, we have Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app that is so easy and makes the games a lot more exciting to watch. All you do is pick more or less on a player's stat projections, and in less than a minute, your lineup is set. Imagine a lineup where you pick more on Baker Mayfield's passing yardage projection, less on Shohei Ohtani's hits, runs, and RBIs, and more on the Magic's Desmond Bane's three-pointers. I love that you can mix and match sports and get all of your favorite teams and athletes in your lineup at the same time. Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, so even if one pick misses, you can still double your money. And don't forget, they've got the injury reboot policy too, so if one of your guys goes down early in the game, you're protected. Download the app today. Use my code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Afternoon showers might be slowing things down on your ride here. Expect some rainy conditions, reduced visibility, and slippery roadways. On Florida's Turnpike, it's stop and go northbound before US 192. Traffic's piling up on I-4, getting through that Dr. Phillips area, and there's some slowdowns getting through the Celebration area. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
Out here, you learn quick. If you plant it, it'll grow. Whether it's acres of land or a raised garden bed, we've got all the supplies and know-how you'll need.
Welcome to Tractor Supply and to life out here.
It's the tailgate party, cheap seats, or the couch. Football is better with a Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. Yingling Football Friday continues on 96.9 The Game.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Whatever your vision for holiday decorating, the Home Depot has what you need to bring it to life. Like our warm white holiday lights with steady lit technology, so your lights stay glowing even if one bulb fails. Whether you're going for a soft, warm glow or a colorful display of holiday cheer, choose from our wide variety of holiday lights starting at $5 in store only. Find everything you need to get your holidays started with the Home Depot.
Crossing the finish line, nothing like it. But for the accident attorneys at Farah & Farah, one thrill beats them all.
It's the thrill of the win, lining up all the facts so the truth is clear. Yeah, we're built for that.
Farah & Farah, Orlando.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas. Or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Paolo Banchero entering year 4 with the Orlando Magic.
Does this year feel different? I mean, Jeff Weltman has said, hey, we're in the win now mode. We're no longer in rebuilding phase. Does this feel different to you as a player?
Definitely. I would say this year, probably the first time since I've been with the Magic where, it really feels pretty serious in terms of the expectations and the roster and, what we're expected of as a group. And so for me, I love that, because now it's time to win. That's the expectation. That's the standard, is to win. And I feel like that's what brings the best out of people is when you are expected to win at a high level, because there's no going short on that. You have to make it happen. So I'm excited.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
I've been telling you guys about Kevin Krager with LPT Realty, one of the top 25 producing agents in Central Florida. This guy is money, literally, and he joins me now to chat about the latest in real estate. Your communication and availability is what sets you apart. Why is that such an important aspect of what you do in real estate?
Because you have to build a relationship with people. If people don't trust you, if they can't get in touch with you, they're not going to understand and believe that you have their best interest at hand. I always answer my phone. If I don't answer my phone, I'm going to call you back. And most of the time I shoot you a quick text that says, I'll call you right back. Now I do set some boundaries, typically about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I'm not going to answer, but for the most part, you can get in touch with me, which makes the process easier.
When it comes to real estate, experience matters. Trust Kevin Krager to guide you right along. Search him by name on Facebook or call him today, 407-702-4635.
I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much. I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. It's a free-for-all Friday. Let your voice be heard and see what you can get Bianchi and Kravitz all fired up about. Text us at 50857 or hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Now back to Game On.
You can join me tomorrow. I'll be out at Elixir, downtown Orlando, for kickoff of UCF Cincinnati, all powered by Yingling, the official beer of the UCF Knights. And how about this? Tonight, if you're watching on the stream, you can see I've got my Orlando Magic shirt on. Old logo, I got to reload at the team shop. You would think, being the pregame, halftime, and postgame show host on the radio, that I would get all this free apparel.
Yeah, why don't you?
I'll get like a free shirt a year, but I don't get, they don't just like load me up.
I'm going to text Joel Glass, right?
Can you text Joel? Because I do spend a lot of money at the team shop.
Yeah, they should be. Yeah,
I get a discount. I do get a discount.
You should get free gear.
Thank you. I feel like a mooch.
Joel listens. Joel, if you're listening, get Kravs some gear.
Just want some shirts, quarter zip,
right.
Sweater.
Yeah.
I definitely contribute to the team revenue.
And get Primetime some gear as well.
Sure, yeah. I mean, he's an employee now.
I agree.
Magic broadcasts tonight.
Of course you agree.
I mean, how could I not? It's free stuff.
That's right. We're going to get free stuff later. Free money, free stuff coming up in the 5 o'clock hour. Stone Cold Locks. Uncle Paulie's making a visit. Make sure you're listening. The 5 o'clock hour for us on Fridays is must-listen radio if you're a football fan. And if you're not, why are you listening to us? Magic broadcast tonight. That's the reason why I have this shirt on. First of the season. We go live at 7 p.m. here in Orlando. No idea who's playing for the Magic tonight. Thankfully, I don't have to do a pregame show because it would be a guessing game, but I'll be on throughout the course of the broadcast. I'll also be on at halftime, and Jeff Turner will be with us. But the injury report for the Philadelphia 76ers is enough to make you laugh out loud. Even you would assume Paul George isn't playing, Joel Embiid. VJ Edgecombe, who they just drafted, is out with hip soreness tonight. He hasn't even played an NBA game yet. He's already getting the rest treatment. It's unbelievable what the NBA does. But let's go to the text line at 50857 for our free-for-all Friday questions. This one coming from Baldwin Park. Chad, a fun one. If you could go on a one-time date with any woman in history, past or present, who would you pick and why? You can't choose your current spouse or girlfriend.
Hmm.
I think mine would be Cleopatra. See what all the fuss is about.
You know what? I would go back to high school. All right. There was one incident that happened.
Oh boy.
All right, with a girl named Sheila. All right.
Oh, Sheila.
Oh, Sheila. Yeah. And I always wanted to go back in time to try again. If you know what I mean.
There was an opportunity
right
that you did not capitalize
right.
on.
Right.
Was that your fault? Was it your lack of awareness? Was it your inebriation?
It was just my fault. I just sort of didn't
dismiss.
Yeah.
You thought you were too cool for school.
Right.
So any woman in history, and you're going back to Palatka?
Interlochen.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Palaka's the other guy across the hall.
Yeah. That's Jim.
Any woman in history. We're not doing Marilyn Monroe. And I mean, we're dating. Okay. Marilyn Monroe.
I would want to go back to
Taylor
that.
Swift.
I would have to go. You would be back in that time, though, right? Like I would still be a good-looking guy, young guy with a full head of hair, or is it me, the old bald guy, going back?
Well, I don't know. I'm not the one that asked the question.
Okay.
So
If it was
I'll
me,
let you make the rules on
If
that.
it was me back then, yes, I would want to go back to it. If it's me now, yeah, sure, Marilyn Monroe. How about
that was when I originally read through the question. I thought that it was about a date that you had been on. I just scanned it, and I thought that was the way that it read.
That's
was
sort of how I
a
read
date
it.
that you've been on in the past that you could relive.
Right. That would be on it.
I have one that I regret, and it has nothing to do with any sort of relations or lack thereof. I went on a date with a girl named Janie many years ago. This is one of the first dates that I really went on where I picked the girl up and we went out to dinner, and I wasn't really having a good time. I knew that I didn't want to go on another date. And so when the check came, mind you, I'm like 19 years old. The check comes and I just stared at it. And it was so awkward because in my mind, my immature brain at the time, I thought, I'm not interested, so I'm not going to pay for her dinner. And it was just a lack of gentleman's civility in this moment. I've since learned and grown from that. But in that moment, it was awkward because I was like, I kind of hope she takes it. Because I don't really like this. And I don't remember I think we wound up splitting it or something. It was something awkward like that. I just wish I just picked up the bill. You know? Janie. I'm sorry, Janie. I should have paid for dinner. You know, I hope that you're happy with whoever you're with. She's a very nice person. You just, some people you don't click. Are you guys judging me? You're judging me more for this than when I stole $100 out of the ATM.
I was about to say, you steal from the bank and you don't pay for dinner? Jesus.
I've grown a lot since I was young.
There's an old Bob Seger song.
We don't have time for Bob Seger songs.
about Against the Wind. Janie was the queen of my night.
All right, let's kick it over to Fox Sports, see what they have going on. We're back in 60 seconds.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Jane was lovely, she was the queen of my night. There in the darkness with the radio.
Yeah, she was the queen of your nights until you didn't pick up the check.
I'm sorry, Janie. You deserve better than that. I should have paid for the bill at Smoky Bones. I apologize. I should have paid for my own baby back ribs, my half rack.
Against the wind, Bob Seger sang about Janie against the cheapskate. Brandon Kravitz talking about his Janie.
It shows up and you're like, ugh, I'm going to have to use the bathroom. Go. Be right back. Slide it over. It gets closer. Oh man. I
hate not a day. I mean, that's just awful that you did that.
I judge who I was in the past.
You know what I hate? I hate when you're out with a group of people, friends and stuff, and the check comes. You're all on one check, and then there's the awkward. Like every now and then, like sometimes I'm so inebriated, I'll go, I'll get it. Which I hate the next day when it's like a $300 tab or something. Yeah.
Well, of course. Yeah. I think that's okay if you're with one person. You don't wanna, and that's kind of where I am now. If I was in the right headspace, had enough drinks, sitting with some people, I felt like a big shot. I felt like a nice guy, having a good time. Throw it on the card. I'll regret it later, but I can handle it. At 19, I had such little money that if I wasn't having a good time, I couldn't afford it. So it's like, this isn't going to work out. I can't afford. I wasn't old enough to have credit. So it was like, whatever money was in my account, that's the money I had. And it wasn't much. Sorry, Janie. You deserve better. Shout out to our newest sponsor, Tools Ace Hardware, 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in downtown Windermere. Tools Ace, your neighborhood home maintenance expert, toolsacehardware.com.
Ace is the place with the help for hardware, man.
Yeah, it's what a jingle. 6 big ones inside of the state for us this weekend. Dolphins, Chargers, Bucks, Niners, Jags, Seahawks in the NFL. Florida travels to College Station to take on Texas A&M. Can they beat another Texas team? FSU hosts Pitt. Can they arise from the pits in the ACC? And then UCF travels to Ohio, where we apparently have no confidence in their ability to win this football game. Which team can ill afford a loss the most if they want their fans to maintain their sanity? That's the question I am asking today as we lead into the weekend. I think there are a couple of good answers on the board, but there is only one great answer, and it's Florida State.
Oh, okay. That's an obvious answer. They've lost 2 in a row. They're 0-2 in the ACC, and they're in a must-win situation if they want to get into the college football playoff. Which after the Alabama game, that seemed to be the goal.
I think they're in a must-win situation just for psyche. I think it's beyond college football playoff. Feels like kind of a pipe dream anyway. I think this is must-win for the state of the fan base and their confidence. I'm talking about the fans. I'm not talking about coaches on a hot seat. Those are always the conversations we have. Coaches on a hot seat, the team itself, are they good? Are they not? I'm talking about the fans. I think FSU fans will be in a state of disarray if they lose this game, because the loss to Virginia was the first real test, the first real team that they played after Bama. Lost. Okay, but it was a good game. Miami was hey, we hope to, if FSU fans are being honest with themselves, it was, we think we can win. We really hope that we win, but we don't expect to win. So they lost that game. Okay, you wish you had played a little bit better, but whatever. You lost to Miami, who's one of the best teams in the country. Now you're playing Pitt as a double-digit favorite at home. If you lose this one too, you're out of the excuse market. Now you're just a team that's lost 3 games in a row. And I think the fan base will lose their minds and wonder, and this is the problem, because that win to open the season was so fun for so many people. But it will feel like such a distant memory if this team loses 3 straight.
Well, yeah, again, it's the obvious answer. FSU's playing a double-digit underdog after losing 2 in a row. Of course they need to win. I mean, yeah, that goes without saying. But if you're asking me who not needs to win, this isn't needs to win. This is for perception of the team. All right, for and again, this isn't even the fan base. To me, my Jaguars, even though they're 4-1, people like you and Colin Cowherd and some in the national media think they're a pretender, think they're a fluke, think that they're lucky to be 4-1, which maybe they are. So in that respect, and then you have a good Seattle team. You're coming off the biggest win that franchise has had in years. Kansas City comes into Duval, you win the game, fans are happy, but you have all of these critics and naysayers still out there. Now you have Seattle coming in, which is a good team. Sam Darnold's playing as well as, or almost as well as any quarterback in the league right now, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been great.
So if you can win this game, I think that makes believers out of guys like you.
But I think a win does more to solidify what looks like could be happening there. I think a win does more good than a loss does damage for the Jags, because losing to a really good team in the NFL is not that harmful. Their record would be 4-2. That's still really good. So even the naysayers don't have that big a leg to stand on if you lose to the Seahawks on a short week.
If we're being honest, though, if we really wanted to be honest, I mean, I
would love to be honest. Yes.
Okay. If we're being honest, you just said Florida. I told you Florida State. Yeah, that's an obvious choice. The really obvious choice, and probably the right choice, is the Gators. I mean, if they lose, it's back to toxic environment around the program. Billy Napier suddenly, boom, he's gone again. Start looking for a new coach. I mean, do you want that? At least if Florida State loses, yeah, the fans are going to lose their mind. But they know they're stuck with Mike Norvell because of his $50 or $60 million buyout. Florida fans are, they're feeling kind of good now. They're feeling okay, thinking, hey, Dallas Wilson, DJ Lagway starting to come around. Maybe, just maybe, we can get this thing turned around. And then if they lose, especially if they get blown out by Texas A&M, then it's back to the same old, the legions of the miserable on social media, all that toxicity, all the negative and the noise in the system. That's what it's going to be like.
Does it matter how it happens, though? Is this one of those where the scenario matters and how it plays itself out? Or if the Gators play well but lose and don't get smacked around? Or does it not matter? Like, if Lagway is good but they still come up short?
Yeah, I think that matters some. Yeah.
Or is it just if you take the L? What I was thinking of as you were going through that, my son and I will sometimes play a game called The Floor is Lava.
Mm-hmm.
And if you stand on the carpet, you're safe. If you step on the tile, the floor is lava and you melt. And that's kind of where Gator fans are. When Gator fans win, they're on the carpet. The second they step off, they're right back into the lava.
Yeah.
They're all just melting and angry and scared. And a loss to Texas A&M, even though Texas A&M is really good.
Number 5 in the country.
It does feel like the only thing that is keeping Billy off of the lava is winning. Not how you win, just winning. That's the only thing that can keep him safe. That's how hot his seat is.
Yeah.
Got to stay on the carpet, Billy.
Yeah, stay on the carpet. I like that analogy. That's a good one.
You know what? I'm going to tell my son later that the floor is lava made it onto the show. He'll be very happy. Up next, much to be intrigued about inside of the state, as we just mentioned. But what about nationally? What about the Red River rivalry? What about baseball? Bianchi throws it my way next.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On.
Now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
Ooh, Halloween is coming. Your costume is supposed to be scary, but not your retirement, okay? Trajan Wealth can help take the fear out of your financial planning. Call today for a free consultation. I thought I was doing just fine. Had a plan, had some savings, but when Trajan Wealth reviewed everything, they found opportunities I'd been missing. That old 401k from a previous employer, they helped me roll it over, and now it's part of a smarter plan. And let's be honest, the financial world can feel pretty spooky right now. Global tensions, politics, tariffs, they shake up the markets. But when you've got fiduciaries who legally put your interests first, you feel more secure. Jeff Jr., a Marine veteran, built Trajan Wealth with the Simplify mindset. Always faithful. That's how they approach your financial future. So don't let your retirement haunt you. Call Trajan Wealth today, 407-213-0000, or visit TrajanWealth.com to schedule your free consultation. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
I'm a beer fanatic, so I don't settle for anything less than the best. And the folks at Hourglass Brewing deliver quality, consistency, everything I'm looking for in a good beer. With that neighborhood charm at their 2 Orlando locations, Hourglass Brewing is a first-class brewery from the same one that cranks out Zoneheads 35 once per year. But it's more than that. They crank out the hits on the daily. 25-plus Hourglass beers on tap every single day. Stop by for happy hour. $3 I4 iSource citrus lagers from 4 to 6 p.m. all day on Mondays. They even have wines, seltzers, ciders, something for everybody. Cozy up to the bar, get to know their friendly staff. Hourglass is a welcoming watering hole for the entire Orlando community, and they have a location right near downtown Orlando as well, on top of the one right around the corner from me in Longwood. This isn't mass-produced. This is craft. Fresh ingredients, local pride, and a taste that you can actually savor. So next time you need to unwind, skip the ordinary and raise a glass to the extraordinary. Raise a glass to Hourglass Brewing.
Traffic's piling up due to an accident on I-4 eastbound near County Road 557. The left lane's blocked there. It's stop and go on Florida's Turnpike northbound before US 192. Slowdowns on I-4 getting through that World Drive area. We got scattered showers slowing things down. Expect the roadways to be a little slick this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
You know what I love about pro football in Florida? We've got 3 teams, 3 sets of stars, and with Prize Picks, 3 ways to win. You see, Prize Picks is daily fantasy made simple. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and cash in if you're right. If you think Trevor Lawrence or Baker Mayfield's going to throw for more than their yardage projections, or maybe you think Tua is going to throw for less than his touchdown pass projection, lock it in. At Prize Picks, you can actually turn your insights into income. And Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, which means you can still double your money even if you miss a pick. And with their injury reboot policy, you're not penalized if your player leaves the game early. Love it. I don't just watch Florida football, I play it with Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. That's code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
All the headlines to get you ready for your football weekend. It's the Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game. Are you ready for football this weekend? Don't forget to get your Yingling before kickoff.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop fall savings and get up to 40% off select appliances like Frigidaire. Get ready for a season of hosting with the Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven, the only oven that reaches 750 degrees for restaurant-quality pizza in as little as 2 minutes. Start making hosting easier with fall appliance savings today at the Home Depot. Only when using Stone-Baked Pizza mode. Offer valid October 2nd through October 22nd. U.S. only. See store online for details.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Macy's Star Deals Week is back. It's one incredible week packed with epic savings on the best fall styles. That means luxurious 100% cashmere sweaters are now just $79.99. The latest beauty from Shiseido, Mac & More, $30 off every $150 you spend. Plus, exclusive online-only daily flash deals and so much more. It's the one week you really can't miss. Macy's Star Deals Week is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
This week on United States of Kennedy, the podcast.
Teamsters President Jimmy Hoffa once promised to break both of Bobby Kennedy's arms.
Bobby, JFK's attorney general, wanted to take down the mob, starting with Hoffa.
This is Bobby trying to get the world to care about him, which explains all this passion and anger going into this, even though it's still kind of ineptly handled.
Each week, we dive into our cultural fascination with the Kennedy dynasty.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search United States of Kennedy, and listen now.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Fresh off of a 5-year run with the Grizzlies, Magic newcomer Desmond Bain is here with us.
You look like you could play safety. Those biceps.
You and me both, man. It's like you just got back from Lifetime Fitness.
How much do you work? How much do you work actual weight training?
We'll do like 4 days a week. Back when I was younger, we used to hammer it, but now we just try to maintain and be as healthy as possible.
I need some sort of like an arm wrestling match between you two.
He keep kind of flexing over here. I think he's trying to show me what it really is.
What do you mean?
Yeah, look at him. Yeah.
Desmond Bain, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for sitting down with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Best of luck this season.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds. Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Welcome back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, and all points in between on the iHeartRadio app.
No cap, baby.
We are ready to no cap it. During the break, we did a little thing where primetime Jaden Grimes, who's like 20 years old, he came and asked me some current slang terms, and I was supposed to try to explain what they were, and of course I knew none of them.
Drip, of course, was the little bit of water that comes out of your faucet. And bet was when you go into Hard Rock and you take the underdog. And then no cap is when you're at the baseball game,
right?
And the wind blows. your hat off and you don't have a cap on anymore.
Anyway, we're going to have a video. We're going to put a video out.
We are. I'm going to put some captions on it during the next 14-minute commercial break.
Okay. We will do that. So is it time for, what's it time for?
You're going to ask me about the other games.
Oh, it is time for Intrigued or Fatigued. All right. About some, not the games of most interest to us, but, some other sporting events this weekend that maybe you'll want to watch. Let's start with some baseball, Kravitz. Are you intrigued or fatigued with the baseball series this weekend?
I'm intrigued tonight. Tigers Mariners game 5. It's an elimination game. You've got Skubal on the mound, best pitcher in baseball. He's been a little bit shaky comparatively to his priors lately, but this should be a stellar performance from him. So this is going to be a fun one, and it's standalone. The problem is that then we get into the weekend, and I have such a hard time.
Right.
I love watching these series. I will lock in for a full game in the middle of the week. I'll even, if I'm not entertained by the football game, like I did 2 weeks ago, I'll punt the game and go watch the baseball game.
I'll never do that.
But I have a really hard time eliminating a full slate of Saturday or Sunday football action for baseball games. It's just the truth of the matter. But tomorrow night, we have Cubs Brewers, another game 5. The Brewers, most wins in baseball, and they are at home. They get Mizorowski on the mound. Like, this is your season. They have to win that game. I mean, obviously it's a do or die, but they really should be able to win that. Otherwise, it was a season that was just absolutely wasted, a magical one. I would say I'm intrigued. I think that even though it's in the way of some other things that are going on, I'm intrigued by the baseball.
College football tomorrow.
I'm not saying that it gets the top spot on the TV, but I'm definitely going to be keeping up with it. You can't watch everything at once.
Speaking of college football, intrigued or fatigued by Ohio State, Illinois?
Fatigued.
No?
There's a lot of games I'm really interested in college football this weekend. That one just doesn't do it for me. This Ohio State team, I don't think is as fun to watch as last year's team. See if maybe I come around on that. And Illinois, you had your opportunity against Indiana. You got smacked.
What about, here's one for you. Kansas at number 9, Texas Tech. Intrigued or fatigued?
I'm fatigued on the game, but I'm intrigued with Texas Tech on the season. They were my pick to win the Big 12, to make it to the college football playoff. They seem to be on time and on schedule, and I don't think anybody's going to get in their way. So I don't think that's going to be a very good game, and I will be on to others.
Intrigued or fatigued with Oklahoma, Texas?
I am intrigued. You have the quarterback situation with Oklahoma, John Mateer. Is he going to play?
Looks like he might play.
They're playing games with that. But even if he does play, is it a good idea? The injury he has is to his throwing hand. Oklahoma has clearly been the better team of the two to this point in the season. Texas has hit a real rock bottom low, but teams like that are scary when they enter into rivalry games where everybody's selling stock and then they're an underdog.
Right.
I'm very intrigued by this. This could be a game that, even though Arch Manning and Texas have fallen way short of expectation, they win this game, and all of a sudden, because it's their rival, the fans feel a lot better about the season.
All right, let's go to the NFL. Everybody's intrigued with the Lions Chiefs, I think, so I'm not even going to ask you about that one. Intrigued or fatigued? Rams at the Ravens?
Fatigued. The Ravens are not a good watch without Lamar Jackson. I have no interest in watching Cooper Rush play quarterback. No, thank you. Puka Nacua should have 150 yards receiving in this game.
Intrigued or fatigued by slow Joe Flacco starting for the Bengals at Green Bay?
I am not going to reveal how I feel about this game because it is on my stone cold locks, but because I have placed a sizable wager, I will say intrigued.
I'm a little intrigued by that.
And Flacco beat the Packers a couple of weeks ago. Now he's on a different team. You don't see that very often. So there's a little something to that. Plus, you don't have a lot of options when it comes to the intrigue. Did you look at the 4 o'clock window? You've got 49ers, Bucks, Bengals, Packers, Titans, Raiders. End of list. That's it. Titans, Raiders, obviously just hit fatigued. Go ahead. Nobody wants to watch that. So you really have 2 games in the 4 o'clock window. It's going to be a lot of Scott Hansen vamping on Red Zone. I don't know why the NFL does this. You're spreading yourself too thin.
I agree.
A London game at 9:30. You've got 2 Monday night football games.
I agree.
And I like all of these things, but not at the same time, because then it leaves this vacancy in the 4 o'clock.
What about Buffalo at Atlanta? Intrigued or fatigued?
I'm intrigued by that because Buffalo started the season looking like they were one of the juggernauts of the NFL, but they've kind of been like Philadelphia the last couple of weeks. They lost to New England. They've looked a little shaky, even though Miami Dolphins went toe-to-toe with the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are not playing great football. The Falcons got back on track after getting shut out by the Carolina Panthers. That's a good Monday night football game. Atlanta, when their fans are into it, it's pretty fun atmosphere. I think that'll be a fun Monday night game.
Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Intrigued or fatigued?
I even bet on this game. I'm on the Steelers. It's not a lock, but even with money on it, I don't care. So I'm going to say fatigued. Just fading Daniel Jones, Dylan Gabriel. They didn't take the bye. The Browns coming back from London. That's a really rough spot to be in for anybody, but especially somebody making their first start in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh had a bye week. Cleveland just played in London, didn't have a bye week, and now they're at Heinz Field or whatever, the Acrisure Stadium now. So that should be a slaughter.
Pittsburgh looks like they could run away with that division.
And they're not even a good team. Right. I don't even think the Steelers are that good, but they should win this game by double digits.
Right. All right, finally, Dallas, the Cowboys at Carolina. Intrigued or fatigued?
Which one was it? The Cowboys and the Panthers?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Rico.
Yeah. This is one of those.
The Rico game.
This is a lifer game right here. That is low key. Another slang. Intriguing because of Rico Dowdle. Like, why is that getting us to the window here?
We're fantasy football.
But we're excited about this, and the Cowboys defense makes everybody look good. So this should be a points fest for both sides.
And there you have it. Intrigued or fatigued?
Saints Patriots. I'm going to throw one back at you. That do anything for you?
Fatigue. No. Why would that do anything for me?
Well, the Patriots just won against Buffalo, and they look real.
And they're playing the Saints.
Well, what if they fall flat? Then all of a sudden you go,
okay, maybe they're not that good.
Up next, the coaches and the players that make the headlines. Mic'd Up is on the way right after this.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On. The weekend's here, which means I have a hot date with Prize Picks. We've got a full slate of football games. We've got playoff baseball. In a few days, we've got the NBA. And as always, we have Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app that is so easy and makes the games a lot more exciting to watch. All you do is pick more or less on a player's stat projections, and in less than a minute, your lineup is set. Imagine a lineup where you pick more on Baker Mayfield's passing yardage projection, less on Shohei Ohtani's hits, runs, and RBIs, and more on the Magic's Desmond Bane's three-pointers. I love that you can mix and match sports and get all of your favorite teams and athletes in your lineup at the same time. Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, so even if one pick misses, you can still double your money. And don't forget, they've got the injury reboot policy too, so if one of your guys goes down early in the game, you're protected. Download the app today. Use my code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our Cigar of the Week. And this is a brand new one for me. It's the Muestra de Saca Krakatoa. And what you have here is a cigar that was supposed to be released in 2021. They pulled that back because they wanted the public to be able to access it. And the reason why is because it took 2 years and dozens of reworks to perfect. And it is perfect. Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and fillers. This is a beautiful, earthy, rich cigar. Every single puff just fills your palate with this beautiful, rich tobacco flavor. A really unique experience, and you can have it today for only $141.95 a box. That's 10% off, so grab it today. It's the Muestra de Saca Krakatoa, and it is your cigar of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
Out here, you learn quick. If you plant it, it'll grow. Whether it's acres of land or a raised garden bed, we've got all the supplies and know-how you'll need.
Welcome to Tractor Supply and to life out here.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. Divorce affects every part of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you are facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Miami-Dade County, Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Make money predicting football? Now you can nationwide with Kalshi. Kalshi is the only platform that lets you legally trade on real-world events in all 50 states. From football to Bitcoin, the Oscars, and even politics. If it matters, you can trade on it. Trade on who wins each game, props, spread, and more. Legally, nationwide. Don't miss your shot. Download the Kalshi app or go to KALSHI.com. Use code PODCAST and get $10 when you trade $100. This is an investment that carries risk. Kalshi.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Upgrade your laundry routine with a durable and reliable Maytag laundry pair at Lowe's. Like the new Maytag washer and dryer with performance-enhanced stain-fighting power. Designed to cut through serious dirt and grime. And what's great is this laundry pair is in stock and ready for delivery when you need it the most. Don't miss out. Shop Maytag in-store or online today at Lowe's.
I've actually never been on a cruise before, and honestly, I wasn't sure it was really my thing, but my husband and I are huge fans of the Bobby Bones Show. When Bobby said this would be his first cruise too, that sealed it for me. Between the live music, the good vibes, and possibly getting to meet Lunchbox, I know it's going to be an unforgettable trip.
Mark your calendars, February 2026 for a can't-miss country music experience at sea. Grab your stateroom now at TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
College football 7th week is here, and UCF is set to visit Cincinnati tomorrow, hoping to stop a 2-game slide while Florida State hosts Pittsburgh. The Magic, they continue their preseason slate tonight in Philadelphia. Orlando's looking to stay unbeaten after they beat Miami this past weekend. And Lakers star LeBron James, he'll miss the start of the NBA season for the first time in his 23-year career. He got sciatica. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
You wouldn't drive a car under the influence, so why would you operate a boat? The FWC wants to remind you that operating a boat while impaired is just as deadly as driving a car and carries the same penalties. Be as safe at sea as you are on land. Visit myfwc.com for more info.
This is the beat of sports.
Dan Lundy, is there anything you can look at in the last 3 to 5 years to say, here's where it significantly changed, where kickers got more accurate and just got better at this?
Technology. As much as I don't want to admit it, I had to embrace it myself. I think 10 or 15 years ago, I had the realization that this cell phone was a multi-purpose tool. In fact, I can document everything on it. And I think most people learn visually. I think people buy in after the visual acceptance to the nuanced things that maybe aren't visual. But I think initially how you capture an athlete's attention is showing them them what they look like versus what they thought they look like. But the cell phone and some of the things the cell phone can do for free in terms of ball speed and height at line of scrimmage, you can get some of this feedback right away. And I think that that's the emergence of the evolution, in addition to obviously the training.
The Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. Orlando's new home for Florida State football is AM 810 Fox Sports Radio Orlando. Hear every game live on AM 810 or search Fox Sports Radio Orlando on the free iHeartRadio app. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up is brought to you by Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. If you want to look good and feel good like the bulldog while improving your energy level and your sex drive, I can tell you personally that Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness will make you feel like a younger version of yourself. Check them out, hormonesandwellness.com. All right, mic'd up. We're going to hear from all the hot newsmakers that we care about. All right. So let's start with Scott Frost talking about the state of his team heading into UCF's game with Cincinnati.
I think just coming with the same fight that we had, it's going to take a special effort on the road against a team playing really well. But our kids are excited. And my message to them is just continue doing the right things. Good things are going to happen. We just got to keep putting ourselves in situations, not being nervous or worrying about the result, just being process driven and making sure we're doing the right things. And sooner or later, the dam's going to break. And we don't want to waste too many opportunities. We got another great opportunity, and that's what this is this weekend.
Thank you, Coach.
That's Mark Daniels with Scott Frost on Night Talk earlier this week. Kravitz, I'd feel a lot better about UCF if you knew what was going on with their quarterbacks. I just don't think Taven Jackson is healthy. So that's why I'm not very optimistic about the rest of the season, quite frankly.
I'm not either, and he's clearly head and shoulders better than the other guys that are on the team. This is not a three-headed monster situation. Right. Oh, I got three quarterbacks. Any one of them could win games. I think Fancher has looked pedestrian when he's been out there. Jakari Brown is a one-trick pony, and it's not good enough in this conference. So they're not going to be able to get away with it against the teams that they play. The Big 12 this is a real football conference. I don't know if UCF fans realized that when they entered this conference or if they're learning that now.
I think they've learned it. After the
top
last
to
2
bottom,
years.
they are a legit Power 4 and across the board. I mean, you can make the case. In fact, I would easily make the case they're better than the ACC. I think the Big 12 is a better football conference than the ACC. Only behind the SEC and the Big 10 are kind of in their own category with the behemoths they have, but the Big 12 is right behind them, and UCF fans are figuring that out.
All right, the Hurricanes are off this week, but Mario Cristobal talked earlier in the week about the Heisman Trophy.
The only thing I would wish for the Heisman Trophy, that it was awarded when all the games are done. That whole award before these postseason games are played is absolutely bizarre to me. Like I can't comprehend it. Never will.
Yeah, Carson Beck obviously is the Heisman Trophy candidate. I'm a Heisman voter. I tend to agree. I mean, the Heisman is supposed to be for the best player in college football, and the postseason is what matters. The Heisman Trophy again is the biggest award in college football. To me, it's the most prestigious award in all of sports, and to award it to somebody after the regular season, I don't get it. I don't get it.
But it would eliminate everybody that doesn't make it to the college football playoff, and then what it would become is who had the best season, but even more importantly, who had the best season paired with a really good run in the college football playoff. And it would eliminate a lot of guys. I mean, last year, Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy, would not have even been considered. if that were the case, because everybody would have looked the way of it's going to end up going to the quarterback that wins the national championship. Let's just call it what it is. And I don't want to see the award become that. It should be a regular season award. If you want to award the college football playoff and greatness for individual players within that tournament, then there should be an award for that. Like there's an NBA Finals award, or the Conn Smythe in hockey is a better example because they award for the totality of the playoffs.
You know what? You've changed my mind. There you go. There you go. Mike Norvell on the 0-2 start in the ACC for Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to get to where all of that is. It's still about this week. It's still about being able to take where we are in the moment that we're in, and then be able to put our best foot forward. And if we do that consistently, then you'll look up however many weeks from now, and you'll see the desired response, of a team.
So that's him talking about, listen, this is a must-win this week if we want to make the playoff. I think the question was, hey, do you need to win out to make the playoffs? And he's saying, well, yeah, but we need to win this week. And then if we win this week enough times, then we can worry about it. But I mean,
you're never going to get a coach to say, I'm going to just try and win 3 games at a time here. I'm going 3 at a time. We're going to game plan for 3. It's never going to work like that. That's how you have to approach things, not just in football, in life. Once you start looking ahead too much, that's how you end up tripping up. And they certainly can't afford to do that. They're not good enough for it yet. It seems like they're a lot better than they were a year ago, but this is a team that needs to take every opponent that they face very seriously.
No question.
Don't get caught with these look-ahead spots, because you could argue that that's what happened with Virginia, and they lost.
Baker Mayfield, one of the leading candidates for MVP, just talking about Baker Mayfield.
I told you guys that I try and not get too high, not get too low, which is something that I was not doing early on in my career. But, early on in my career, it's looked as cocky, immature. Now it's moxie. He's a dog. So it's same different day. Just as long as you play well, they change the narrative. But you just got to be yourself, and I've always been like that.
It is true. When you're winning, you could be the same person. You could be the exact same person. And, when you're winning, you've got moxie. When you're losing, you're a brat, right?
Yeah, especially when you haven't earned your stripes yet. I think that's a big part of it. When you enter the league and you're acting like this brash, arrogant, obnoxious individual, and you haven't proven anything yet, people don't take you seriously. And then when you layer losing on top of it, and not just losing, he was a bad quarterback. That's part of this. There are good quarterbacks that lose games. He was bad. His team happened to be bad too.
Right.
But I think that's the reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the old saying, when you're rich, you're eccentric. When you're poor, you're crazy. Right? When you're winning, you're brat. Yeah. When you're winning, you've got moxie. When you're losing, you're cocky.
Absolutely. I mean, if you had a new boss that came in wearing jean shorts and a Hawaiian polo button-down shirt, you go, who's this joke?
Right.
But if that guy 3 years later has you in a better position, you're making more money than ever, treats his employees well, and then walks in with the same shorts and shirt, you go, oh, look at that. That's fun, Ed. Love that guy. It's what credibility have you built up? Baker had none when he came into the NFL.
At the press conference for the Orlando Storm the other day, all the dignitaries were there in the city with their coat and tie. And Mike Rapoli, the billionaire investor of the league, he comes in wearing sneakers, a pullover. And it's like, hey, when you're a billionaire, what the hell you want?
Mark Cuban says it all the time. You won't catch him dead in a suit. He does. Why would he need to wear one? Who's he trying to impress? Oh, you don't like me? I don't care. I have $1 billion.
Here's Liam Cohen of the Jaguars talking about his team being 4-1, but they're not happy about it.
I don't want to say we're the most pissed off 4-1 team, but like there's definitely some feelings in the building over the last few days of knowing that we have not still put out 60 minutes of our best football.
I like it. I like that attitude. we're 4-1, but we're pissed off about it. I like it. I think he's the type of coach that's not going to let this team be complacent just because they beat the Chiefs, who quite frankly aren't that great. So I like this. I like that attitude.
Every time I listen to Liam Cohen, I'm more and more impressed with him. It's amazing how far he's come from the Duval Liam Cohen, who seemed so awkward. And it wasn't even just that moment. The interviews that he had with reporters, there was one with, I think it was the team sideline person or whoever works for the website. Every interaction early on was awkward. You know, he looked like he wasn't in great shape. Not that that matters as a coach, but when you compare it to now, he looks like he's been on the treadmill every day. He looks thin. His clothes fit tighter. He speaks with confidence. He says the right things. He's humble but confident. I really like Liam Cohen. I don't even recognize that person anymore. It's amazing the transformation he's
Speaking
gone.
of confidence, what about this confident coach, Mike McDaniel, after meeting with his owner, Stephen Ross, earlier this week?
He was really frustrated at the, just like he's as I was, and we talked about the challenge ahead to get ready for the Chargers. That was kind of the extent of it.
That emanates confidence right there, doesn't it? Huh?
He sounds like my kid when my kid spills chocolate milk in the other room and he runs over trying to explain, like, don't turn the corner. Okay. It's not that bad. It's not. It's just, it was an accident. Okay. Can you just play the first millisecond of that, please? Yeah, that's all you need to know. That's the whole clip. That one sound.
I used to be a good coach. I used to be a good coach.
Can you?
No, I'm not.
Here's a spontaneous question for you. What is it? Give me one thing that happens in your day or with some sort of regularity that makes you make this noise. Go ahead, play it.
He was really frustrated at the.
Is there someone that calls you
when I went to hot yoga for the first time after I was done?
This is Bianchi in the gym right here.
He was really
wow, and that is mic'd up.
All right, coming up next, we're gonna get to your texts. We got a lot of good ones coming in on a free for all Friday. Also, Stone Cold Locks in the 5 o'clock hour. Uncle Paulie stopping by. Free money, free stuff, a load to get to. Don't go anywhere.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On. Are you buying or selling a home? If you are, let me tell you about the #1 real estate team in Orlando. I'm talking, of course, about the Nickley Group. In football, we all know that a winning season comes from a great game plan, and that's exactly how the Nickley Group sells homes. Central Florida homes are moving fast right now, and for top dollar, but only if you've got the right team behind you. They will look at your specific zip code, your equity position, your timeline, then give you the best options, including their guaranteed cash offer. I've seen sellers take that offer and close in 2 weeks, stress-free. No muss, no fuss. Others hit the open market and set record prices, all right? That's what makes the Nickley Group the #1 real estate team in Central Florida. For a guaranteed offer on your home, visit thenickley.com. That's thenickley.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
When it's blazing outside and your AC is acting up, folks, that's not just a minor inconvenience. That is a full-blown crisis. That's why I trust Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. Think of them as the MVP of keeping your home nice and cool. Whether it's routine maintenance, fast repairs, or downright emergency, Mills Air is going to keep your home comfortable and energy efficient all season long. They've been doing that for Orlando homeowners and business owners since 1992. They've been my trusted resource for years and years now. Mills Air is also a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. What does that mean for you? It means they offer rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always rely on the family-owned and operated Mills Air. Don't wait till the fourth quarter. Call Leon and the crew today. Schedule your appointment and tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number to call, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
Traffic's bumper to bumper on I-4 westbound, approaching that Beach Line exit. There's slowdowns getting through that World Drive area, stop and go eastbound due to an accident just past County Road 557. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. You're going to get caught up in some delays on Florida's Turnpike northbound and southbound between Osceola Parkway and Clay Whaley Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. Fall for a brooding duke. Dive into a steamy romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas, or find the perfect rom-com from Lily Chu. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
What if, instead of choosing between a big bank or a small bank, you could choose one bank that's the best of both? That's First Horizon, with big bank reliability and small bank resolve. You get 160 years of financial strength and stability and an enduring commitment to personal service. When the best of big meets the best of small, you get it all. To help you on the road to your horizon. First Horizon Bank. Visit firsthorizon.com/getitall.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Tailgating at the UCF game this weekend? It's just not complete without Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. More of 96.9 The Game's Football Friday coming up.
Whatever your vision for holiday decorating, the Home Depot has what you need to bring it to life. Like our warm white holiday lights with steady lit technology, so your lights stay glowing even if one bulb fails. Whether you're going for a soft, warm glow or a colorful display of holiday cheer, choose from our wide variety of holiday lights starting at $5 in store only. Find everything you need to get your holidays started with the Home Depot.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Follow The Game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The free iHeartRadio app makes your car radio jealous.
Live radio presets, lyrics for songs, and the most podcasts on the planet.
Plus, it all fits in your pocket.
Your car radio can't do that.
Make sure the free iHeartRadio app is on your smartphone now.
The #1 app for radio.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game.
Okay, fellas, let's be real. If your wife or girlfriend isn't herself lately, if she's tired, cranky, no interest in sex, you know it's not her fault. And if you're walking around foggy, low energy, low sex drive, it's not just you getting older. It's your hormones. Both of you. That's why I want you to call Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. This is where couples go when they want to feel alive again. This isn't one of those cookie cutter clinics you see at the strip malls where they give you a testosterone shot in the butt and send you on your way. The difference is Dr. John Carrazella. He's an internationally acclaimed Yale-trained doctor who gave up a successful career as an orthopedic surgeon to focus on hormone health. He's helped thousands of couples get their mojo back, to feel sharp, sexy, and actually excited to be around each other again. And fellas, trust me, when she starts feeling better, everything changes for both of you. So stop toughing it out and start living again and do it together. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's hormonesandwellness.com for all the information. It's a gift that will truly last a lifetime.
This is the beat of sports.
Is Aaron Judge blank? And here's the blank. Are you part of the fraternity that you want no part of because it is had a Hall of Fame career, known as one of the great players when they played, but never won a championship? And that's why I said it's a bit unfair, because the body of work isn't done.
It just feels like he hasn't done enough. Like, do we really consider Aaron Judge an all-time great?
Well, Judge is putting together a resume that's not yet done, that I don't know how many more years, if he puts up numbers that you'd be like, wow, okay, I've moved him from what was a very good player into all-time greats. And I'm not telling you that he's one of the 10 greatest players, but if he puts up 3-4 more years of this and the Yankees don't win, then you start putting him into that fraternity.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. It's a free-for-all Friday. Let your voice be heard and see what you can get Bianchi and Kravitz all fired up about. Text us at 50857 or hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. Now back to Game On.
If you are looking for a great place to hang out this weekend, look no further than a Wing House. They got juicy burgers. They got cold drinks, the Wing House vibe that you know and love. What more could you ask for? 3 Central Florida locations, Wing House, good food, beautifully served. We have your shot at golf passes to Victoria Hills Golf Club coming up in just 2 minutes. I've got a trivia question for you that is golf related. So if you're a golf fan, if you're a golfer, whether you're good or not, if you just want to go out and play, be listening in the next 60 seconds or so, and I'll give you a question on that. Somebody here on the text line says, didn't watch 1 second of the Giants-Eagles game. I was all in on Cubs, Brewers, Phillies, Dodgers. These baseball playoff games have been absolutely tremendous. And the difficult thing about a game like last night is that you can't go flipping back and forth. You'd have to have a 2-screen experience because the football game is on Prime and the other games are on more traditional outlets. So you can't do the dual screen thing, which can be fun. Somebody here says, good afternoon. I know that this is a sports talk show and I'm probably going to get hammered by the Bulldog. However, BK, how are your caterpillars doing? Let me know if you need some milkweed. What? Said they would bring me milkweed. Milkweed, by the way, is very expensive. And these caterpillars, my wife.
What do you mean caterpillar?
We have caterpillars in our front yard. My wife has plants and
what, like pet caterpillars?
She kind of she buys the right plants to make sure that they stay well fed. But these things eat like teenagers, these caterpillars. So you have to go back.
So you're breeding caterpillars?
Well, they kind of breed themselves, you know. We don't have to do anything. But if you have what they eat, they will find you.
I used to have a girlfriend who was a really big animal lover, Kravitz.
Yeah.
As the lovely Mallory.
I think they bonded over that, actually.
Yeah, and she would not let me step on a bug. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there was a lizard on my car one time, all right? And I was going down the road, and the lizard was hanging on. The lizard was hanging onto my car, all right? Hanging on my windshield. And she goes, pull over. Get there. I go, what do you mean pull over? He'll blow off.
Yeah, they don't have wings, you know?
He'll blow away.
Here's the trivia question for you. Bay Hill's 10th hole is a sharp dog leg right par blank. What par is it? Text in right now your shot at Victoria Hills Golf Club.
It's 5 o'clock. That means it's time for the Yingling Football Friday Happy Hour with Game on 96.9 The Game. Moth with Bianchi and Kravitz is back. Time to see if they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. Let's get into another round of Bet It or Forget It.
Top of the 5 o'clock hour, the world-famous daily segment, Bet It or Forget It, brought to you by the leader in peer-to-peer betting across the globe. It's Better Edge. Fight the juice with the premier social betting platform that is Better Edge. You can set your own lines, and if somebody wants the action on the other side, boom, you've got yourself a bet placed for the weekend, and you can turn a sign-up into a free $20. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon and sign up for $20 over at betteredge.com. We also have our Better Edge Beat Brandon Challenge, the 6-pack challenge. It's the exact same games that Bianchi and I are going to pick 30 minutes from now. You can go in, you put $5 in to enter the competition, and then you win your share of the pot if you finish with a better record than me. If you don't, you lose your $5. But the last couple of weeks, our listeners have been cashing. The answer to the question, the trivia question was Bay Hill's 10th hole, dog leg right. You know, that's the famous one that the guys are trying to hit over the water now, is a par 4.
Is it a par 4? Oh, okay.
Surprised by that as well. But these guys are bombing that thing. They might have to just put par 3 soon with the way these guys are hitting the golf ball. All right, Prodigy, hit the music. Let's kick things over to the Bulldog.
It is time for the wildly popular, critically acclaimed game show, Bet It or Forget It. Let's start with Kravitz. We had a billionaire, Mike Rapoli, on our show earlier this week. He's one of the major investors in the United Football League. He's also an Orlando resident. He's a big UCF donor. He's been pushing for UCF to change its name to the University of Orlando for branding purposes. I've been advocating that for years. Even Mayor Buddy Dyer told me earlier this week that he doesn't think it's a bad idea. Bet it or forget it. You're starting to come over to my side.
I'm not. I'm going to say forget it. Forget about it. The only thing I've come over to is that it's not a dumb idea, but I don't necessarily think it's a good idea. If it were to change, we'd get used to it. 20 years from now, I can't believe it was ever called UCF, because that's how we are with everything. But I don't look at UCF's name or hear UCF's name, even when people call it Central, and think, they got to change this. I think UCF has done a really good job over the years of branding themselves as this new, fun, exciting program. You know, they're falling short right now, but they've done a good job in totality of going from nothing to something.
Okay,
and they've done all of that under the name and the letters of UCF.
Okay, but we say that here in Orlando because we're in Orlando. Of course we think it's a great... But
why do I care what people in Topeka, Kansas think about UCF?
Because you want people in Topeka, Kansas, you want recruits from all over the country to transfer. You want people to go, oh, Orlando. Yeah, I like Orlando. You say Central Florida, I don't know where the hell Central Florida is.
It's in the middle of Florida. It's not that complicated.
It's not like
USF, which is called South Florida, and it's not even in South Florida. They should change their name.
No, they should.
UCF is in the center of Florida.
It is.
So it's not like it's inaccurate. I think.
Okay. All right. Let's move on.
What somebody asked this on the text line earlier, and I think maybe we had this conversation previously, but we have a lot. What would the shorthand name of University of Orlando be? What would the
OU doesn't?
You can't do OU.
Why?
Oklahoma has that market cornered. There can't be two OUs. Just like South Carolina is not USC, even though they are.
It's Orlando University. It's not OU. That's just or University of Orlando. U of O.
UO. I kind of like UO.
Okay.
Why are you're dead set on this? I think you're trying to make this actually happen. so that you can kind of take credit for it, like the fun and gun.
No, I mean, I came up with it 20 years ago, so it's not like it's actually happening. Just every now and then something will happen that makes me think about it again, like Mike Rapoli bringing it up unsolicited.
He's the one with $1 billion, so
Right.
you got
He
him.
can make it happen.
You got him in your corner. You're doing good.
All right, Pitt at FSU this week. We all know FSU's lost 2 straight. They're 0-2 in the ACC. If FSU loses to Pitt and falls to 0-3 in the ACC, bet it or forget it, FSU fans will put Mike Norvell right back on that hot seat.
Bet it. It won't be burning. It'll be a lukewarm, kind of a low and slow roaster. But
only because of the $50 million buyout.
I don't think fans care that much about buyouts. They probably should, but I don't think fans think that way. The coach is on the hot seat. They're on the hot seat because they just don't like you anymore. They don't think you're doing a good job at the program. And I don't think
fair enough.
A lot of them will, in the heat of the moment, will Google what it is. But most fans aren't paying anything for it, so that look at it like monopoly money, because they probably should, because that's how the colleges treat it, by the way.
Right.
If they lose again, he was on the hot seat at the end of last year.
I'll say
3 losses in a row. The Alabama win feeling like a distant mirage. I think losing as a double-digit favorite at home is be very problematic. They are the team in the state that needs to win the most this weekend. I don't think it's even close.
Speaking of hot seats, we all know Billy Napier always on the hot seat. If Billy Napier does get fired, bet it or forget it. The Gators should target James Franklin, who's getting a lot of heat at Penn State and probably wants out of Happy Valley.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to say bet it. Stock's a little low right now, but it's a good time to buy a stock is when it's sitting at the bottom of the floor. They just lost to UCLA, who hadn't even had a lead in a game prior to beating Penn State. Penn State fans are clearly fed up. They have every reason to be, but that team is loaded and competitive every single year.
At this point,
Florida
I think
fans would take that.
Yeah, I think the Gators would take top 10 teams, whether they win the national championship or not.
You typically want someone that's on the ascent, not the decline, but he's parachuting up. He's parachuting down from a pretty high level right now.
Right. All right. Giants beat the Eagles last night. 2 rookies, Jackson Dart, Cam Scadaboo, getting it done for the Giants. Bet it or forget it. The Giants have found their quarterback of the future.
I'll say bet it. I think he's good enough to be the quarterback of the near future. He runs around a little too recklessly, and I think in the NFL that's going to get you killed. Just last night, he had his ankle stomped on, and he was in the concussion protocol. And by the way, how have we not talked about this yet? That Brian Daboll.
It's coming.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not going to rant about it now. I'll wait until you throw it my way. But I think Jackson Dart looks like he's going to be pretty darn good.
Speaking of Brian Daboll, he got a lot of flack last night when Jackson Dart got tackled hard, had to come to the sideline, be checked for a concussion. Dart was taken into the blue medical tent. Daboll approached the tent, poked his head in there. He was later seen talking to the team doctor. He wasn't just talking to the team doctor. He was MFing the team doctor, saying, what's going on? We need him out there, blah, 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 blah. Here was Daboll's explanation.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, if you've ever been on an NFL sideline, there's a lot of emotions. I know I was asked about gloves the other day. There's a lot of emotions. And I certainly am an emotional guy. I apologized directly to our team physician. I just wanted his ass out there if he was okay, but I wanted to process, like, we were getting ready to go for it on potential 4th down. I would have burned the timeout if he could have came out there. So I was asking how long is it going to take. So, again, you want your guy out there, not at risk of anything else, but he came out. I think he's going to be good. I'm like, you going to be good or not? I'm going to call timeout and 4th down, go for this son of a bitch. You know what I mean? So, I love our doctors.
Bet it or forget it. Brian Daboll is much more concerned about his job than he is Jackson Dart's skull.
Obviously, bet it.
Bet it or forget it. You would be the same way if you were coaching for your job.
Bet it, but I would hide it better than that. He wasn't even pretending. He's poking his head in there. Get him the hell out of here. We're still checking him out. He's fine. What are you worried about?
It's about to be 4th and 1.
His head attached to his shoulders. Get him out on the
You
field.
think I'm putting Russell Wilson out there?
I can't watch this man throw another pass. They should build a barricade around that blue medical tent. It should look like a steel cage from the WWE so that these coaches can't go over there. That was ridiculous. For him to do that.
Wow.
That's taking us back to the barbaric levels of football that we're trying to remove ourselves from. When it comes to head injuries, you have a coach who's saying, speed this up, guys. I'm trying to convert a 4th down. And did you hear his explanation? It wasn't even about the conversion. I didn't want to burn a timeout.
Hey,
I care about concussions, but they only give me 3 of these bad boys to use and a half, okay?
And my $8 million a year job is on the line, okay? You think I want to lose that? Real quick. Bet it or forget it. The Eagles' offense is terrible, outgained in every game this year. Bet it or forget it. You're starting to think Jalen Hurts is overrated.
I forget it on that. Forget it. Jaden's is a Eagles fan. He couldn't even bring himself to hit the button after last night. That was a terrible game by Jalen Hurts. I'm not going to remove the fact that this guy won the Super Bowl last year. It's been to 2 and was phenomenal in both of them. I can't erase that from my memory, nor should any of you. I think that most people had him properly placed in a hierarchy. He's not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. If you had him there, then he's overrated. But if he's just somewhere on the back end of the top 10 because you understand his limitations as a passer, then I think that that's proper. That was a terrible game. Their offensive line is banged up. Barkley does not look like the same guy that he was a year ago. A.J. Brown is completely checked out. And his defense didn't do him any favors last night. That pick 6 was terrible, but I'll cool it on. He's completely overrated because of a bad game.
And that is bet it or forget it.
Coming up next, your favorite uncle has entered the building, plus my stone cold locks of the week after this.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On.
Right now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now online at 969thegame.com.
This is your Tools Ace Hardware Assist of the night. How good can this Magic team be? Well, with a little help from the right people, the sky is the limit for Paolo and company.
Now Paolo on the run out. He'll lay it up and in and one.
If you're gearing up for game day, Tools Ace is your MVP for grilling greatness. From Big Green Egg to Traeger, they've got everything you need to fire up the flavor. With 14 Central Florida locations, including their brand new store in Windermere, Tools Ace is your neighborhood home maintenance expert, the helpful place every night and your best stop before the game. ToolsAceHardware.com and go Magic.
Put left wing 3-ball up. That's it. That ball's snapping around. This team is hard to beat.
The weekend's here, which means I have a hot date with Prize Picks. We've got a full slate of football games. We've got playoff baseball. In a few days, we've got the NBA. And as always, we have Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app that is so easy and makes the games a lot more exciting to watch. All you do is pick more or less on a player's stat projections, and in less than a minute, your lineup is set. Imagine a lineup where you pick more on Baker Mayfield's passing yardage projection, less on Shohei Ohtani's hits, runs, and RBIs, and more on the Magic's Desmond Bane's three-pointers. I love that you can mix and match sports and get all of your favorite teams and athletes in your lineup at the same time. Prize Picks also invented Flex Play, so even if one pick misses, you can still double your money. And don't forget, they've got the injury reboot policy too, so if one of your guys goes down early in the game, you're protected. Download the app today. Use my code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code BULLDOG to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
There's a crash on New York Avenue near I-4 blocking multiple lanes. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. I-4 eastbound past County Road 557. It's stop and go due to that earlier accident, bumper to bumper traffic on I-4 westbound through Dr. Phillips, and you're going to get caught up on Florida's Turnpike northbound and southbound between the Greenway and Clay Whaley Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown, Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Whether it's the tailgate party, cheap seats, or the couch, football is better with a Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. Yingling Football Friday continues on 96.9 The Game.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
At Boot Barn, we know you need a reliable work boot, a boot that has withstood the test of time. When you feed, build, and fuel the nation, you can't take chances because you wake before the sun rises and end the day after it sets. Dating back to 1892, Thorogood takes pride in building high-quality work boots designed for hardworking people because reliability comes first. Thorogood at Boot Barn Work.
The Home Depot has everything you need to turn your home into a beacon of holiday cheer. So whether you're going all out or just adding a few holiday touches, we've got you covered with trees, yard decor, and more. Save time decorating with one of our easy-to-assemble pre-lit trees, or pick up a piece from our Yuletide Lane decor collection and fill your yard with holiday joy. Whatever your style, find everything to get your holidays started at the Home Depot.
It's Halloween season. And the free iHeartRadio app has everything you need to make it a screaming good time. Like Halloween Radio,
where we ghosted the commercials.
Trick or Treat Radio, just for the kids. Plus, explore curated Halloween playlists perfect for party vibes and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
Radio.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com. This is the beat of sports.
I'm not going to argue with anybody that says top to bottom, the SEC is the deepest conference in college football. As a body of work for the last 20 years, there is not an argument. But you know what's now happened? Everybody gets to pay legally. And look what happened to a couple of schools. Texas Tech. Well, they had their billionaire guy bought players. Okay, so you guys had 6 guys that were buying players when it was illegal. Now this guy's doing it legally. And now what? You're ruffled that they appear to be really, really good? Or that Miami made the commitment a couple of years ago to tap into a few people to say, we need your millions, and they did it, and look what they built? Or Florida State had a miserable season last year and were able to go back to some of the same people and get millions more to buy players legally? Because that's what's happened now. The distribution of talent is not stockpiling 5 stars anymore.
Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously. The best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Miami Dolphins play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app.
This is Jalen Suggs of the Orlando Magic. They say it pays to listen to Game On. How much are we talking? Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Welcome back to the show. Game On here on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 930 in Jacksonville, FM 96.5 The Spear in Tallahassee. When you're done listening to this segment, go and check out our Instagram account, 96.9 The Game, Game On Sports Talk, whichever you choose. It's fine with us. We'll have it up on YouTube as well. It is Bianchi explaining the current slang words that are out there in the ether.
It's the best video on the internet.
Well, you gotta watch it first, see how it looks, but it's pretty funny. We have one text here on the text
How do I get
line.
on this Instagram machine?
Okay, Instagram.com. Gotta have one more grunt clip of Egbuka before the weekends. Jaden?
Wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. Wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka.
That's great. And
Big Boo.
Hey, Paulie, what do you think about it?
Let's hear from Uncle Paulie, huh? With today's Wise Guy special.
I'm gonna make him an offer then.
Well, hello, Egbuka. It's your boy, Uncle Paulie. Coming off another win last week. I'm hotter than my mother's meatballs. I heard you guys talking about.
Glad you said that.
It's meatball, like a spicy meatball, Mikey. Heard you guys talking about Bad Bunny in the halftime show yesterday. You forgot the name that should be the headliner. Andrea Bocelli, a fine Italian man. And what's this about ravioli noodles? You leave the cuisine breakdowns to the Prince of Parmesan, okay? But I digress. Let's see what we have here. Oh, would you look at that? The UCF Knights are on the road to take on something called the Bearcat. I don't know what that is, Mikey, but I'm aghast with horror to find out. Uncle Paulie's been using his thesaurus, so pardon my expansive vocabulary. Since he runs for 6 yards a carry in the Big 12. Meanwhile, UCF 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 when they've played a team that runs for more than 4.5 yards per carry.
Good stat.
The pick is in. Give me Satterfield's Bearcats. I'm aghast with horror, laying 11 points. But you, my friends, can forget about it. Not likely to be a good weekend for UCF. Let's get to the locks.
Stone cold locks.
Give me a hell yeah. Another day, another dollar. Well, hopefully, because we have not been printing the dollars just yet. Last week, 2 and 3 locks week, yo-yoing back and forth. Isn't going to get us anywhere. 11 and 15 against the spread so far. Plenty of time, but we got to get cooking. Hit the music, Jaden. All of the picks reflect this morning's odds over on Hard Rock Bet. We start in the college world. Indiana plus 7.5 against Oregon. How's that Penn State win looking now for the Ducks? Not so great. And if you bet into them here, you're basically paying on a tax on a win that might not be worth a damn. Penn State just lost to UCLA, who's terrible. Kurt Cignetti has been a spread covering machine since he took over for the Hoosiers. However, for being fair about this, he is 0-2 against the spread when he faces his biggest, baddest competition. Last year, Ohio State, Notre Dame, they did not cover against those teams. Those two teams played in the national championship for what it's worth, but by all accounts, this Indiana team is better than last year's, and Fernando Mendoza is the biggest reason why. 16 touchdowns, just 1 interception. I think he outplays Dante Moore in this one. Give me Indiana plus the points. Lock it up. Texas plus 1.5 against Oklahoma. Red River rivalry, one of the best. I usually try and back the underdog in this game in general, and this is the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. It looks like John Mateer is going to try and give it a go tomorrow, but is that a good thing? You realize that his injury was a broken bone in his throwing hand. It's great that he wants to rush the return, but it diminishes any sort of confidence in the Sooners. Texas is a tough bet to make right now, but that's why we're buying this opportunity. Who's trying to bet the Longhorns after they lost to the Gators? No one. But for what it's worth, Texas still ranks top 20 in every important defensive metric, and OU has a banged-up quarterback. They also rank 73rd in the nation in turnover rate. Give me the Horns plus 1.5. Lock it up. Heading over to the National Football League, Saints plus 3.5 against the Patriots. Bianchi, color me intrigued.
Oh, God.
Selling high on the Pats after a primetime win in Buffalo and a blowout against the Carolina Panthers. The Patriots are going to have a hard time as favorites. They're in a favorites role here. I mean, they can't run the football, so they're going to have a hard time salting the clock away, wearing you down in that fashion. And the Saints' run defense happens to be one of their strengths, so it's not going to get any better in this game. I think the Saints team is actually somewhat decent for a bad team. They're good enough to keep it close. Give me the field goal and the hook. Lock it up. Packers minus 14. We got 2 touchdowns here. I don't care. The Bengals have the worst point differential in the NFL, minus 71. The Packers are off a bye. They're at home. And Cincinnati can also not run the football. 3.1 yards per carry. They're dead last in the league. So what does that mean? That means that the Packers can pin their ears back and tee off on old Joe Flacco. And I know what you are going to say. Didn't Joe already beat the Packers once this season? Not really. He threw for less than 200 yards. He had a 55 passer rating. The Browns won in spite of Joe Flacco. Smash spot for Green Bay off a bye. Lock it up. Last one. Chiefs minus 2 against the Detroit Lions. This line is pretty wild when you think about it. The Lions have been one of the better teams in the NFL. Hell, they've been the best team in the NFL. So why are the sports books giving you 2 points to bet the Detroit Lions? This is a honey trap. The Lions have a cluster of injuries in the secondary, and the Chiefs have slowly figured things out offensively. 29 points per game over the last 3. 83% of the bets right now are on the Lions, and the public has been getting absolutely massacred so far this season in the NFL. Give me the Chiefs. Lock it up. And those are your stone cold locks of the week. If you miss any of that, the graphic will be posted on all of our social channels here shortly. Game On, Zone Heads, at Brandon Kravitz, all of it. And you can catch up with the podcast on the iHeartRadio app. Just search Game On when we go off the air. But the picks aren't done yet. The Yingling 6-pack and Bianchi's free money, free stuff pick of the week is next.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On. Happy anniversary to Ziegler Air Conditioning. Jason and the crew just celebrated their 40th year of keeping Central Florida cool. That's 4 decades of service you can trust. Now, listen, there are a lot of AC companies out there, but when mine went down on Labor Day weekend, it wasn't a lot of AC companies that showed up at my place. It was Ziegler Air. They had a tech at my door within an hour, and my weekend was salvaged. That's why I only trust Ziegler Air. They're a carrier authorized and factory authorized dealer with access to better rebates and the best equipment. Their technicians aren't commission chasers. They're paid well to do great work. No pressure, no gimmicks, just honest service. And when you call, you're not talking to a machine. You're talking to Meredith. Very nice lady. She'll get the ball rolling on whatever you need. She will make sure that you are taken care of. So celebrate 40 years with the team that keeps Central Florida cool. Call Ziegler Air Conditioning at 407-245-8765. That's 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
This is by far the best time of year to be a sports fan. Baseball postseason. We've got another classic ALDS matchup tonight. Football season in full swing. College football, NFL, right around the corner this weekend. It's Friday, which means it's time to start digging in to what we have going this weekend. Straight bets, parlays, teasers, props, whatever your flavor is, Hard Rock Bet has the toppings to make that sports action ever so sweet. Refer your friends to Hard Rock Bet, and you'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. That's $50 for you and $50 for them. Bet together, win together on Hard Rock Bet. The app is safe, slick, reliable, and updated to the second, and payouts are lightning quick. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
All the headlines to get you ready for your football weekend. It's the Yingling Football Friday on 96.9 The Game. Are you ready for football this weekend? Don't forget to get your Yingling before kickoff.
We love stats, facts, and figures on this show. And what about this one? Your AC system consumes up to 80% of your electric bill, and a new AC system can save you up to 75% on the AC portion of your bill. That could save you a substantial amount of money in the long run, and Mills Air is here to help. Mills Air will get you feeling right. They'll have you living comfortably, and they'll do it all without breaking the bank. The best AC company in the market, bar none. I've used them for years, and you'll love it too. 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
What if you could get big bank muscle with small bank hustle, big bank convenience, and small bank connection? That's First Horizon, bringing together the best of big and small to help you on the road to your horizon. Visit firsthorizon.com/get-it-all.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
We finally switched to T-Mobile because with them, we can be connected here and there.
Let's watch a movie.
And we have Netflix included to enjoy our favorite shows and movies.
¿Qué tal está? Bacanísima, pero ya la vi.
Now the hard part is getting them to agree on a movie.
Switch today and get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with Galaxy AI, all on the best network in the U.S. Visit a store, T-Mobile.com, or call 1-800-T-Mobile. 1-800-T-Mobile. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025.
Chelsea here. Ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During our fall savings month, get 20% off your replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, or 0 interest for 12 months. Our Claim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round. Offer ends October 31st. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-978-1515. That's 800-978-1515.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
That's not a very good question. Jamel Jones is the backup quarterback.
That I like. I have no problem at all with a coach or a player calling out a member of the media. Not a problem for me. That right there is how you handle it. Well done, Billy Napier.
But Billy Napier is a laid-back guy. I will guarantee you, I mean, we're blasting Brian Kelly. I like a guy who's fiery. I covered Steve Spurrier in his day. Steve Spurrier would call me sometimes at 7 o'clock in the morning. The column he didn't like. And he'd be yelling at me at 7 o'clock in the morning, waking me up out of bed. Bianchi, what was that stupid column you wrote?
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here with your Friday night forecast. Those scattered showers and thunderstorms finally going to start to let up as we head through the overnight tonight, but still keeping a couple of scattered showers on tap as we take a look at your Saturday. Much cooler air going to start to creep into the region. So it will be on the cooler side and on the breezy side as we take a look at your Sunday. But we are looking at a beautiful stretch of weather, taking a look ahead towards the start of the work week. Have a great night and a safe weekend.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging and replacement, batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The locks are in. Go and find them on social media. You can comb through and then check out the podcasts if you want to hear the explanation when we go off the air. Game On, wherever you download them. It's a Yuengling Football Friday here on the radio station. Football weekends don't start until you pick up a Yuengling Lager. Yuengling, the official beer of the UCF Knights. Mike, this is where the rubber meets the road. No hiding. We go boldly where no men have gone before. It's time for the Yuengling six-pack. Season record, we are tied still and have been for the last month, it feels like. 15-21 apiece. We do pick against the spread before you laugh too loudly out there. But still, it's not good. Well, let's start in the college world. Pitt at FSU. FSU favored by 10.5 points. Florida State, off of the disappointment of 2 losses, they take on a Pitt team with a 3-2 record, a true freshman quarterback. This weekend is going to be very telling as to who FSU actually is. Can they get off the schneid? Mike?
Oh, I think they can get off the schneid, but Pitt blew out Boston College last week. I realize Boston College isn't great. That freshman quarterback looks like he's pretty damn good. I'm gonna take Pitt and the 10.5 here.
I'm with you. Pitt plus 10.5 feels like a good bet. FSU's got to prove to me that they can lay over 10 points against a decent conference opponent, and the Pitt Panthers are exactly that. So I'm with you. FSU wins, but by less than 10 is probably the right way to look at this. Florida plus 7.5 at College Station. The Aggies are the 5th-ranked team in the country, but Florida just got done dusting Big Brother in the state. Does Billy hop into his doomsday bunker to save himself from ruin once again? He is a professional when it comes to this late save for his job. What do you think as far as the spread goes? Florida plus 7.5.
He is the Houdini of the hot seat, but I realized Florida's offense last week looked good. They ran the ball, and DJ Lagway looked good, and the true freshman Dallas Wilson looks like he's going to be a star someday. But Florida has scored a total of 17 points in 2 road games against ranked opponents. Texas A&M's last 2 opponents have combined for 19 points, 1 of 23 on third down. Texas A&M is a damn good team. I like them to cover the 7.5.
I'm with you again. I'm going to take the Aggies. Lagway has 1 touchdown and 5 interceptions so far on the road this season. And yes, all of that came in 1 game essentially. But still, Marcel Reed's going to stress the defense. They're going to put up points. Their defense is really good. And the Gators don't have the swamp to bail them out this time. I think the Aggies cover the 7.5. So we are in lockstep so far. Let's see if we can find some disagreement before we finish off our college picks in the Yingling 6-pack. UCF, I just don't think that we're gonna. UCF is plus 10.5 at Cincinnati. UCF rides a 2-game losing streak into this one, squandering an early 14-point lead against Kansas. Series record 5-5 all time, dead even between those two. Who do they think they are? Kravitz and the Bulldog. I'll take the Bearcats.
10.5 is the spread on this?
Yeah.
Man, if Taven Jackson were playing, I think this would almost be free money, free stuff, but I don't think he's going to play. UCF was in the game last week with Kansas. I mean, if they'd have made it on that, goal line stand, who knows what would have happened. Kansas almost beat Cincinnati. You know what? I'll take the Knights and give me those 10.5 points. I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we got some disagreement there. UCF, Bianchi has UCF. I have Cincinnati. On to the NFL. 49ers at the Buccaneers. Bucs favored by 3. I'm going to call this one the Hospital Bowl. Both teams are banged up beyond measure. Chris Godwin just announced that he is going to miss this game as well. Both teams are 4-1. The Bucs have not won a game by more than a field goal this season. And they'll need to do that if they're going to cover the 3 here. So, Mike, can they? Will they?
Mac Jones was banged up too this week for the 49ers, but he's going to play, obviously. I'll still take the Bucs. 3 points. Yeah. If the Bucs win, it'll probably be by 3 or 4. So, yeah, give me the Bucs.
I'm with you. I think the Mac Jones facade has to end at some point. Amazing what he was able to do last week, what he's been able to do in fill-in work for Brock Purdy. He's probably earned himself a ton of money no matter how the rest of this season were to shake out. But this roster, it's not even so much an anti-Mac Jones thing. That 49ers team is just missing too many pieces to keep up with what we know the Bucs are going to put up points. Can the 49ers keep pace? I don't think so. I'll take Tampa. I don't love that pick, but
I think the 49ers are going to lose, but I think Kendrick Bourne is going to have a big game because he is on my fantasy roster this week.
You know what? I think just for the sake of argument, because I'm so waffly on that pick, I'm going to take the 49ers. I'm going to flop to the other side.
Fine.
Chargers at Dolphins. Dolphins plus 4.5. Could this be the game where the rubber meets the road for Mike McDaniel? Not if Tua has something to say about it. The last time that he played the Chargers, 466 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns. That was 2 years ago. Mike, who you got?
You know what? 4.5. The Chargers are, you want to talk about banged up? The Chargers are banged up. Their offensive line isn't protecting Justin Herbert very well. He hasn't played that well recently. They're down to their 3rd team running back now. I'll take give me the Dolphins in the 4.5. Plus, they're coming across country.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I'm not going to take the Dolphins to cover. I'm going to take the Dolphins to win this game outright.
I don't think that's a bad pick.
Off the mat they come. Give me the Miami Dolphins to win and cover the spread. Seattle at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags favored by 1 in this game. Seattle just lost a close one to the Bucs, and the Jags are off of what is the win of their lives. Baby Giraffe stumble into the end zone, seals it against Mahomes and the Chiefs on Monday Night Football.
Great description.
One of the most viewed Monday Night Football games in the history of Monday Night Football. Can the Jags rally once again on a short week? I am going to say no. I think Seattle is better in all phases. Give me the Seahawks in a close game.
Turn on the money machine, primetime.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
It does talk. And I'm talking to you right now. Yeah, and I'm laughing at you right now. Dollar. You want to make some money? You listen to Brandon Kravitz, all right? He hates the Jaguars. He's a naysayer of the Jaguars. I want the Jaguars to win. I love the Jaguars. I'm a fan of the Jaguars. I hope the Jaguars win, but I'm scared. Kravitz is right. The Seahawks are good. They nearly overcame their injury-depleted team last week. Only a late pick by Sam Darnold, and they might have beaten the Bucs last week. The Jaguars coming off the biggest win in recent franchise history, so there could be a letdown for the Jaguars this week. The Jags are winning despite Trevor Lawrence because their defense leads the league in turnovers. I just don't know if that can continue. I really don't. Here's a stat for you. Sam Darnold is the third-rated passer in the league. Trevor Lawrence is the 30th ranked passer in the league. The Seahawks have won their last 8 games on the road, as much as it pains me to say. Free money, free stuff. Seahawks take down my Jags.
I think it's the right pick. Keep an eye on those Seattle injuries in the secondary, though. They have 2 cornerbacks that could miss this game. That's part of the reason why they got roasted by the Bucs.
I hope so.
But if those guys are back on the field, I think there's a clear advantage for Seattle. Better defense, better offense, better special teams. They're just better at everything. But it's not to say the Jags aren't good, but Seattle's just a better team. And when you have the cross-country travel and the short week for the Jags, that kind of nullifies any advantage.
And the high of the Chiefs win, too.
Exactly. I always like to fade a team after a win like that. Our 2-minute drill on the way. Final thoughts of the week next.
It's a Yingling Football Friday on Game On. You know what I love about living in Florida? It means hauling your boat around, tackling the back roads, hitting the beach with all your gear in the back. Got to have those coolers back there. That's why you need a truck that can do it all. A 2026 Silverado 1500 from Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. How does that sound? It's truck month, and you can get right now 2.9% APR for 72 months on a new Silverado at Don Mealy. With over 60 in stock, there's a perfect fit for every driver, whether you're towing, working, or just showing off that new chrome. And as they celebrate 50 years in the business, you can trust Don Mealy Chevrolet. Why? Because they are the truck experts who've been keeping Florida rolling since 1975. Stop by Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont today. Chevy, together, let's drive.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
You're going to get caught up in some afternoon slowdowns on your ride this afternoon. It's stop and go through the city, bumper to bumper, getting through that Dr. Phillips area on I-4 and on Florida's Turnpike. It's slowdowns northbound before US 192. We got scattered showers in the area, slowing things down. The roadways might be slick. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop fall savings and get up to 40% off select appliances like Frigidaire. Get ready for a season of hosting with the Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. The only oven that reaches 750 degrees for restaurant-quality pizza in as little as 2 minutes. Start making hosting easier with fall appliance savings today at the Home Depot. Only when using Stone Bake Pizza mode. Offer valid October 2nd through October 22nd. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Hey, it's Brady Quinn. Are you tired of waking up at night, even with the tiniest movement? Mattress Firm sleep experts will match you with the Temper Luxe Adapt. It has unique temper material that absorbs motion for undisturbed rest. It helps minimize disruptions caused by movement from your partner, pets, or even your kiddos. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm and upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic with next-day delivery. They make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. Next-day delivery available on select mattresses and subject to location. See store for details.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Tailgating at the UCF game this weekend? It's just not complete without Yingling, the official domestic beer of the UCF Knights. More of 96.9 The Game's Football Friday coming up.
All you home buyers out there, mortgage rates keep going down and inventory's up. And the Nickley Group is helping buyers save an average of $24,000 by negotiating rate buydowns, seller concessions, and the Hometown Heroes program, where first responders, teachers, nurses can save up to $25,000 in down payment and closing costs. And when you buy through the Nickley Group, you're not just getting a house, you're getting a team, free moving trucks, free home warranty, and more. Download their free buyer's guide at thenickley.com. If you want to buy or sell quickly, just call Nickley.
Tune in to Operation Stormwatch on iHeartRadio, brought to you by Eustis Roofing. Small leaks can become big problems with heavy and continuous rain. Take a preventative step and schedule a no-charge roof inspection. Eustis Roofing, the real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts.
If you want no windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop. A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game, sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Embers Only is brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. coronacigar.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to 969thegame.com/rules.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
We're talking to Mike Rapoli. He's one of the principal owners of the United Football League. Do you have it in your mind that is it important to you to ingratiate yourself to the Orlando market, or do you just hope that fans here want to go watch live football?
I'm going to pretend I know what ingratiation means. I used it twice there. So, I went to St. John's. I had a 2.2 grade point average. I might have sold companies for a lot of money, but those are some big words there. But, early in the season, we'll have like back-to-back home games in Orlando, and we'll make sure the team stays there for 10 straight days. A couple days before, back, for the entire week and then come back and really make them part of the local community, from the restaurants to the events to the local, radio sports shows like this great show.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Touchdown! The UCF Knights are heard here. The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. Time's ticking. Takes are flying. Buckle up for the 2-minute drill.
Final burning thoughts of the day here on the 2-minute drill. We wrap up the week off of a Yingling 6-pack football pick segment where Bianchi and I, across 6 games, only had 2 different selections. So, Mike, the week is going to come down to this. Feel free to play along at home. You can also join my Beat Brandon competition over on Better Edge if you want in on that. And it's the same 6 picks that Bianchi and I select. It's the 49ers and the Bucks. You have the Bucks. I have the 49ers. And UCF Cincinnati. I have Cincinnati. You have UCF. Our week is going to come down to that. And hopefully we win and cover on the rest of these picks so that we can get out of the cellar.
Just to be clear, I'm only taking UCF to cover. I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Okay.
I
hope they win, but
of course we and I'll be out at Elixir downtown Orlando tomorrow with UCF fans, and I'm gonna have to sit there and sweat my Cincinnati minus 10.5 bet. And I apologize for that out there, but we're trying to make money in this life. My 2-minute drill is about a Lakers fan who is so frustrated with LeBron James.
Idiot.
After the Decision 2.0 turned out to be a Hennessy ad. He feels so duped. He bought 2 tickets to the final Lakers game of the season and is seeking $856 in damages. He is suing the Lakers or LeBron James specifically for false advertisement.
Shut up.
What a loser.
Good Lord.
I will admit, I fell for it to the degree that I thought maybe it would be something, but I wouldn't go rush to spend my money on LeBron maybe announcing something.
Yeah, let's clutter up a court system that's already cluttered up with your garbage lawsuit.
Maybe there should be a law that if you sue someone for something that is outright stupid, you get fined for it.
Right.
And your case gets immediately dismissed. And then maybe that would deter such behavior.
Right. I want to pay tribute to Sister Jean. I was just thinking, in this world of obnoxious, vulgar sports fans like we saw at the Ryder Cup, Sister Jean, Loyola, Chicago. She was the chaplain. She was a super fan. She passed away at the age of 106 years old yesterday. Instead of profanity, instead of vulgarity, you know what? She rooted with prayer. She rooted with gentleness. She rooted with compassion. And I don't know. She didn't just, you read some quotes from her earlier. She didn't just cheer for victory. She cheered for sportsmanship.
Yeah.
She wanted sportsmanship.
Try your best.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
So all fans should aspire to be like Sister Jean, I think.
I certainly aspire to be Sister Jean. 106?
Right.
106? I'll have to whip out the calculator to see what year that would be if I make it that far.
Well, she liked to nip on the old wine too a little bit, I think.
She said, I made
that
it
confessional wine.
I made it so far. I don't care. Game On is done for the week. For the prodigy, Jaden Grimes. He's Mike Bianchi, the Bulldog. I'm Brandon Kravitz. Hit him with it, Mikey.
The weekend's here. We'll have a can of beer. Peace, love, boiled peanuts.
We're out.